shit?
No.
Oh, okay. All right.
Episode 36, Critically Unfocused podcast. Turning off my goddamn baby monitor. Was popping.
You're such an adult. It's ridiculous. Wow.
Shout out to you,
Barely.
How y'all doing this beautiful Saturday?
It's weird, dog. I'm good.
It is weird. It's weird recording on a Saturday. I'm good, though. Good. Having a great day. Happy to be here.
I've been away from work for a long ass time. This is start to get the feeling like you kind of want to go back to work, and it's like,
that's the worst.
Why do I want to do that?
Yeah, as soon as you get there, you're like, fuck this.
Yeah, Stockholm syndrome.
How long you been off work?
That's exactly what it is.
Since Monday.
Nigga can't even enjoy the holidays. He want to work so bad. He want to type so bad.
How was y'all? How'd y'all celebrate the murder and rape of indigenous peoples?
Oh shit!
We just call it Thanksgiving. We don't got to do all this extra shit.
What are you giving thanks for?
It was my birthday, so that's what I celebrated.
That's all right, happy 29th. Congrats.
Thank you very much.
You feeling older?
Weird. Everybody was celebrating on my birthday.
Yeah. I don't know why everybody in the world was so excited on my birthday. That was incredible.
In the U.S.
Hella plates. Yeah, hella people was posting plates that I didn't want anybody to send me one. Don't save me a plate.
You didn't get no invites, too. That's the crazy part.
No.
Party's not inviting you to your own birthday?
It's crazy.
That is Instagram one of the best days for social media. Thanksgiving?
Thanksgiving, 100%. Because everybody's off. Pretty much, unless you work like the grocery store, everybody's off.
Yep.
It's great.
You can see everybody to live tweet the shitty Thanksgiving games, because there's always going to be one shitty one, and then people post some food and you get to make fun of people's food.
Yeah, we'll talk about the shitty Thanksgiving games later. But yeah, my Thanksgiving was good. How was yours?
Bomb. Fun, man.
Good.
Always good times. Having brilliant experience like first things. So
yeah, man. I saw she got teeth now. She actually can eat. Looks like semi-solid.
4 of them things.
She an adult.
Yeah. Last year she was on that breast milk, so
damn,
it's the first one she really got to get it popping.
I'd be kind of jealous of babies when they get to. Never mind.
Hey, what's wrong with you?
Seems like a fire life to live.
This nigga's a weirdo. All right,
I don't even like turkey like that. All right,
yeah, I guess this nigga's wild. That's hilarious.
How was yours, Jamal?
No, it was cool. I didn't think I was really gonna do anything, honestly, because I think my family just got back in town. They got back in Wednesday night, so I didn't think like my mom and my grandma and they was gonna be cooking.
Pop over to no friend's house or nothing like that, man.
So my mom and my grandma did end up going cooking at my mom's, so I just went over there and was just kicking it because they got back from Georgia because my fucking great grandma passed last week, so they was out there.
Damn,
R.I.P. Great granny.
Rest in peace.
Yeah, no, she was 97, 96, one of those.
God damn.
Woo. No, yeah, she was old as fuck.
97, old as hell.
Yeah, no, yeah, she was old as shit. She definitely and I ain't even gonna
all right.
But yeah, R.I.P.
man. To the matriarch.
Your mom brought back some recipes?
Nah, but
she bring back some good Southern cooking or nothing?
Nah, but they told me my albino cousin asked about me, the one that looked like Frank Billionaire. Dekedris. So he was down there. Hey, where'd your
That's his name?
Yeah. So they got
you got an albino cousin named Dekedris?
Yes, sir. Just like Frank Billionaire and Michael Beasley.
I know he can fight.
All I'm thinking of is Crondon from fucking Black Lightning.
All I can think of is Crondon.
I still need to watch.
I know your cousin can fight. You can't be albino with a name like that and not fight.
Dude,
neither of y'all watched that show?
No, I need to watch it. I see like a little TikTok clip where he's just calling them like monkeys and like saying like racist shit to them. It's hilarious.
The illest fucking villains, dog. He don't care.
I've only watched some of the clips that people post with him in them just because he's hella funny.
Mm-mm.
Dude, like that's that. Fair. I didn't know that. What was it like? I looked up like the city where like my mom was raised at. That shit has less than 300 people, bro. That shit is just the sticks.
Woo! She grew up on dirt roads. God damn.
Yeah, literally, yes.
Wow.
One way in, one way out.
Facts.
It's a sundown and sun up town.
Hey, it would be hella crazy to live in
everybody out there.
I was about to say, one of them towns that small, it's like you literally know everybody that lives in. You see somebody that's not from there, you're like immediately like, "What? You trespassing? Where are you from? Who are you?" It's crazy.
No, and I swear, my family, like, I swear, like, my family lives in like one whole area of the damn town. So I'm like, damn, there's like 40 of you niggas over here. So
and nobody wants to pave the road. Goodness gracious.
Y'all inbred as fuck.
Oh shit!
Wow, this guy.
Y'all didn't even do the math on that. You said there's 40 people in this one section of the town. There's 300 people in the town. Do the math.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Cousins.
You said I'm wild, and that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. This is
3 minutes in, we got breast milk jokes and incest jokes. Goodness gracious!
That's wild.
Yeah, Turkey got
I know
you.
the vibes, though, man. My in-laws live in a town of 1,500 or 1,200, I think, in rural Western Colorado.
Oof.
So it'd definitely be like, yeah,
that smells scary.
Everybody know everybody. Nah, that place is cool as hell, man. It's like one of the most beautiful places I've ever been.
That makes sense. They probably got some land out there. They got a river and an ocean in their backyard. Some shit.
They literally have a river in their backyard.
That's fire as hell.
Yeah, the Blanco River.
Oh, you giving up the recipes? Hey, man, we had a good time making fun of people's Thanksgiving plates. And Blake, you made the point. Like, obviously, the presentation for normal people ain't the same as restaurants, which is a very good point about that. Because, like, you start analyzing your own plate. Like, if I was to post this shit ain't gonna look that good. Like, it's just a bunch of shit. But people were posting some bullshit, bro.
I still don't know what that pink puddle was that was on one of them plates y'all put in the chat. That what the hell was going on there? Did they ever clarify?
Somebody said it was like
during the meal.
Oh, somebody said it was like ambrosia salad or something like that, which is like
a
macaroni salad with. I've never seen it that pink. He was reaching for like the bottom of the barrel to get some extra soup on top of that bitch.
Yeah,
Doug. But I say, do not post your holiday plate. People will make fun of you. It don't matter how good it tastes. You're going to have your grandma like sweating because her presentation ain't right. It's not worth it.
Y'all know, I think this probably only like a black household thing. Y'all ever like had a family event where like they put like a whole block of sorbet like in a punch bowl and like pour like tiki punch on top of it?
Yep.
Yeah. That bitch out. That shit gas.
That shit would be good as hell. Only time I ever had sorbet anywhere. They get the big ass like 5-gallon thing from a Safeway or whatever. Only time I could happen that shit around.
Hell no, that shit killing our community though.
I was about to say that's why everybody grandma got the fucking cliff on their elbow. They was drinking ice cream soda.
I didn't even think of that, but yeah, nigga, that's exactly what it is. That shit's probably terrible.
Ice cream soda.
It's like 4 pounds of sugar in that.
Nah, that's Kool-Aid ain't enough, nigga. God damn.
Hell no.
Yeah, that's hella sugar. I just thought about it. God damn. That should be good as fuck, though. I haven't had that forever.
You don't need to have it again. You're never going to have it again.
We really like, we here for a good time, not a long time, like in all choices.
That's not a bad way to live, man.
If not, I mean, you won't have bad days. You'll have less bad days than good days. So
yeah.
I mean, that's cool, but it's like maybe you take some bad days so you can stretch it out.
Hey, I don't know. Jamal's great grandma grew up in a place with 300 people. She lived to 150, whatever he just said.
Yeah, that's why she wasn't around nobody to get like pollution and all that shit.
That's true.
She definitely went to a segregated school.
Likely.
Part to a healthy life, a good dose of racism in your younger years.
That shit probably keep you on your toes for hell long. That's why niggas be looking so young, athletic as hell.
Yeah.
Great reflexes.
Wow.
We're witty. Got to have a comeback.
Good point.
Yeah, man. And the racism make the white people age like fucking raisins. Down there looking mad as hell.
You can say it like raisins.
They live forever, though. I mean,
they do live forever. Hey, what's Queen Elizabeth's husband that just died? He looked 400 years old for the last 40 years.
He looked like he's been in every Assassin's Creed game.
Wow. You're a fucking idiot.
Yo, didn't you stab Altair, nigga? What?
Hell yeah. You beat him when he didn't want to go back to that.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he looked like, you know how in SpongeBob, when they show niggas when they get out the ocean, they be hella dry? That's how he looked.
Oh.
It looked like them nematodes that they had on there that ate SpongeBob's house.
When they did the court talking about when they did the challenge to stay on the beach.
Yeah, that's how he looked. When SpongeBob gets out of water and they be dying and shit.
Oh no!
Oh my goodness gracious!
Yeah,
I think he just died too. R.I.P. I think.
He died on the same day as somebody else. And nobody gave a fuck. He died the same day as DMX. And nobody gave a fuck.
He got a minute. Was it the same day? It was like right around it.
I think it was the same day. Because
I
I remember
wanna say it
somebody else
was the
died the
same
same day
day.
as DMX. And niggas like, nobody gives a fuck about that nigga. DMX just died.
That was right.
You know, that's just relative, though. Like, because we're obviously in America and don't really care much about the king or the queen.
Yeah,
Not a fuck. Not a single fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
nigga game
I
make
like
dark
my
as hell
bubble.
is hot, man. Get that shit off my TV. Speaking of DMX, there's a new DMX documentary on HBO Max. They just put it on there.
By The Ringer. I thought you don't do Bill Simmons.
The Ringer did that?
Yeah.
Why the fuck is that on? Oh, the Ringer has HBO stuff? Oh, they put their shit on HBO Max?
Bill Simmons has a deal with HBO, so he put some of their shit on there. From when he had that show for like 6 months. They kept him on.
Was it 6 months? You mean 6 weeks?
It might have been 6 weeks.
They got more shit coming. I listen to his podcast every Monday because he does a recap of all the games, and he talks about those shows. But they got more coming.
That makes sense. Yeah, they do enough stuff that I don't mind watching some of it. I just don't want to watch it with that.
They got a Juice WRLD one coming, actually. That's one of the ones I remember.
It's not bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know
interesting
about Juice WRLD. I didn't like it.
It's just gonna be 17 minutes long, but all right.
6.
You just want to keep going down. 4.5 minutes. Be a short YouTube video. All right, Blake, you want to talk about what you want to talk about? These Kings, them Kangs.
Let me just recap what just happened here. So we are 11 minutes in. We have talked about incest. We have talked about
titty milk.
We have dissed multiple dead people. But yeah,
I mean, 11 minutes is a long time. It's a Juice WRLD documentary. Yeah, that's a long time.
I'm just saying, when we talk about the good with the bad, we got a lot of bad and a little bit of good.
Somebody will understand.
Clear it up here, and at least let's go 15 minutes on semi-positive vibes, if that's even possible, because we're talking about the Kings.
Let's say you're starting with 4 bad things in a row. That's not.
All right. So last weekend, what day was this last weekend when the fan barfed on the fucking court?
I thought we talked about that, didn't we?
No, that was like Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that.
I thought we talked
Monday
about
or Tuesday.
It was the 21st.
Because that's what I said. He threw up because that nigga was sitting there courtside watching them play. I thought when you
that was like on Monday.
Oh my god. Yep, yeah, it was Sunday actually.
Okay.
But so they're playing the Jazz. It's a home game for the Kings. And poor guy sitting courtside, just getting fucking railed, like throwing him back. Pukes. He puked like more than like.
He threw.
I don't know. That's probably the most amount of puke I've seen from an actual person in real life. Like,
he emptied his entire stomach onto the court.
Yeah, and I think they said it was like a 20-minute delay or some shit.
Yep, dog.
That's crazy.
He was so smacked too. Like he didn't try to like hold it in. He just like, but and just sat there and was just chilling there. Like if they wouldn't have come to like clean it up, he would have just been vibing the whole time.
Oh my!
It's probably good that happened courtside. If that happened in like the 300 section, he would have watched the rest of the game with puke everywhere.
No, he did it right on the wood, man.
It was funny too, seeing the people that were like 2 seats down for him when they realized that somebody threw up. They got the hell up out of there. They saw that like, what the? Oh no.
Oh man, Buddy had on a Kraken hat too, so he might be from the Pacific Northwest. If y'all know him, please reach out.
Oh boy.
So I can't imagine those are just gonna warn people everywhere. Like,
no, not yet. And yeah, I mean, shit, Sacramento's not that far from here. That's not it's a quick flight if you want to go see a game. Wow,
that's probably the cheapest court seat you're gonna get too.
Also true. Yeah, but they showed him like walking out. They ended up kicking him and his boy out. He like couldn't walk straight. That man was hammered, and it was like the second quarter. Like he was pre-gaming something crazy. Much. Yeah,
he went in. But either way, this was against the Jazz. They ended up losing this game. The next day, Luke Walton, the second most successful coach in the history of the Sacramento Kings, gets fired.
You mean Puke Walton? I think that's a much better name for him.
He might end up on the Lakers. You better relax.
No, there's no way he's coming back. No, sir.
No,
sir.
If they brought him back,
didn't like him the first time.
LA down.
Yeah, the fans wouldn't have that. LeBron didn't like that brother the first time. It's crazy that record makes him the second best coach in Sacramento Kings history. Who was the first? Do you have
Rick Adelman.
Rick Adelman's got a good record.
Oh, okay.
He
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Damn. 68
in the playoffs
is crazy.
That's not even that far from 500. Like,
No.
really?
No, I mean, what, 30 games away?
That's 3 years of coaching?
Yeah, but he's lost a lot of games. He'd have to go like 3 like really good years to get to 500.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, no, he stinks.
But no, that's really that's crazy. No, that means no other.
I mean, let's say he coached 3 more years and then went 10 games above 500 each of those 3 years. He's at 500. You know, that's not that wild
For the Kings.
How many years did he?
Games. No, I'm just saying in general. 52 games isn't that wild.
Yeah.
How long did he coach in LA?
3 seasons, maybe 2 or 3 seasons.
3 seasons with the Lakers. Yeah, I was
2
thinking it had to be like 2 or 3. Yeah.
I want to say it was only 2.
He might have been in 2.
Yeah, it's either 2 or 3.
Yeah, it's one of those.
I feel like he did. Yeah, the year before, because I think they got him and then signed LeBron, so he might have been a year, or he might have been just 2 years.
He was on the team with like LeBron, Lonzo, Kuzma, all of them, and then I don't think he was on the team the next year.
I think he was the coach the year before.
But he had rookie D'Angelo, right?
No.
Was he overseeing that?
I know D'Angelo Russell was there when he was there.
I think Luke was there for 2 years. We should look.
I'm looking right now.
Yeah. He was there at least
either way.
2016 to 2019.
So 3 years.
So yeah, after the 2016 finals, he went over there.
I will say, I mean, not really in his defense. He did get the team look better year over year while he was there. Not enough to like save his job when LeBron got there.
They were really young though, man. Like they were really young.
Oh yeah, they were super young. He wasn't an awful coach. King's situation is a little bit different, and that team is just
go to
bad.
The Pelicans and turn them around.
The Kings need to sail. That team stinks. Yeah, like the next. Do you have a tweet up here from Bill Simmons? It says the last 4 years, Sacramento took Bagley over Luka, spent lottery picks on 3 point guards, froze on trading Harrison Barnes when he had legit trade value, spent actual money on Tristan Thompson, gave Bogdanovich away for nothing. Yeah, like that's a shitty 4 years. On top of like whatever little mistakes
Vladdy,
they make,
dude.
because
Vladdy sucks.
He's not there no more. Vladdy been gone for a little.
He's been bad for quite some time.
Oh, Vladdy was there when they took Bagley over Luka though, because they got rid of him. I think the next year.
Dude, he was there when they were taking like centers, and they still had like healthy in prime like DeMarcus Cousins.
Yeah,
like, man, what the fuck are you guys doing?
I mean, he's just one brick on the road of suck, though. Honestly,
yeah, but from everything I've been hearing the last like week, it sounds like not even sounds like it's very clear that ownership there is an issue. Like it's like they make it seem like ownership makes it very clear when they bring a GM in, like the ownership makes the decisions.
Absolutely.
So it's like you're not.
Yeah,
Vladdy obviously making some bad choices, but that owner giving him a lot of.
Been bad.
Yeah, I mean. It's looking like maybe Vladdy got hired off his naming relationship with the franchise.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just to keep it a bean.
Yeah, I think he's cool with the owner too. So, helps.
Yeah. So he probably did that as like a fan service type of thing when a good owner maybe doesn't make that call and tries to get actually someone who's like best for that job. Not someone who like, oh, he knows the people of Sacramento. He knows the culture here. He can get us going. Like that's not you can't vibe your way to winning. Like, it don't work.
Not at all. And the new guy that they have, like he drafted Halliburton, he drafted Davion Mitchell. He's had a couple decent drafts. You still got to rebuild on a foundation of dog shit, so it's hard to happen right now. Finally, it's important. Yep. Looking at that draft,
part of that triple overtime win.
Looking at that draft, it would have been hard to miss, and they missed. Bagley hasn't looked good at all, and they got like the one bad play in the top 20 picks.
Man, I swear, like Bagley's first 2 years, I swear he would look okay. Like he looked like he could be like a 16, 17 point and like 8 rebounds a guy game, and then he's just always kind of like banged up. And they say the best ability is availability, and then they were literally the worst defense of all time in the history of the universe that basketball has been played on Earth last year. And they still were like 3 games out of the play out. So it's just like
for sure. Team should be better than it's been. Team should have been better than it is. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with their coach. They fired some good coaches. They had Mike Malone a couple years ago. They had Dave Yeager. He was fucking nice. Well, not fucking nice, obviously, not that successful, but looked good.
Yeah, and that was the dude that Boogie liked, or he liked Mike Malone.
He liked Mike Malone.
Michael Malone. My bad.
Michael Malone. Yes, let's not get yelled at. And then I think Dave Yeager was like openly petitioning for other jobs while he was there. Like, yeah, I'd love to coach the Bulls. That seems like a great job.
Should stunk him out.
Well, George Karl had a year there too, 15-16.
Nigga, fuck George Karl.
Damn. Oh yeah, I feel like him and Boogie didn't get along like at all. I feel like Boogie talked shit about him and he was there for 10 minutes.
Yeah, George Karl's a bitch.
He came in at the end of a year where they had 3 coaches. They had 2014-15, they had Mike Malone, Tyrone Corbin, and George Karl, and then George Karl had the next year.
Holy God shit. Damn.
Dave Yeager was after that.
I forgot that.
I've never heard Tyrone Corbin's name before.
Tyrone Corbin coached in Utah too, didn't he, for a little bit?
You'd remember him, yeah, because like he was like had the darkest skin color of all time on 2K. I don't know why they did him like that.
No, yeah, they made him black as fuck.
They had him extra out.
Well, his name is Tyrone, so
nah, they had him like Marvin the Martian, dog. They did him.
He is dark as fuck, though.
I know, but like our skin still got levels, like
for sure. I can for sure see what you mean, but he is.
Yeah, we're not Vanta black, even if we're dark. Like it don't work like that.
That's funny.
Oh, the T-Wolves just beat the 76ers.
Well, I think Embiid was back overtime. Too. Karl Anthony Towns probably went crazy. All right,
Jesus Christ.
What we got next?
Yeah.
Hold on, real quick. Fuck that referee for calling charge on Anthony Edwards, bro.
Oh man, yeah, that was a bad.
Fuck that referee. I swear he wasn't set. He just got there. He was not.
It looked
set
like
yet.
The dude was getting set as Anthony Edwards had a foot off the ground already. Like that was bullshit. That's a very close call, and how good that dunk was. You just got to overturn it. Just say my bad and move on.
Yeah, no. When some shit like fire like that, you just be like, oh, never mind. Well,
it don't make the highlight anywhere, so you know.
Nah, he got shit.
No, but it's shitty when it doesn't count. Because then you got to preface like all the tweets was like, "This didn't count," but like, oh man, that shit counts. Nah, he did that man bad. I love Anthony Edwards. He seems like such a fun player.
He's hilarious, dude.
Very funny.
That dude is funny in all his little interviews. He hella just like you can tell. I feel like he hasn't like been like prepped up to be like talk to the media and stuff all like that yet. So I feel like he just be talking like he be talking to his homies and shit.
Yeah.
That's just funny. He forget that he's like what 19, 20 years old, something like that.
Yeah. He's probably 20 or 21. You got any last words to the Lakers because before this team breaks itself up?
No, I don't think they're gonna break everything up. I don't feel like Pelinka is gonna do that. I'm not saying I don't think they should, but like I've been saying, I don't really know like what the move is that actually makes them better. Like that Russ contract was an albatross for a reason. Like then nobody want to touch that shit. So I don't really know what you do.
There's a way.
I'm sure there's a way. Yeah, I'm sure like there's a financial way, but like what players are you getting back? I don't know. Yeah, it's looking nasty, especially when it's like God, we've talked about it a couple weeks in a row, but like DeMar DeRozan came out and was like, yeah, I mean, I basically thought I was going to LA. Then they traded for Russ and didn't have any money left. It's like having DeRozan with the extra money that you would have had left over seems so much like a much better idea than having Russ. And
DeRozan is fucking hooping right now. Too.
He's fucking which makes it even worse because he's fucking hooping. Yeah, Caruso's fucking hooping. We could have kept him. So yeah, like I'm not really even like thinking about defending the like moves they made because they seemed funny at the time. Obviously, you hope it's gonna work, and like at times Melo looks really good. At times, like Dwight can look really good, but these niggas are 38 years old and aren't gonna look like that every night. And then Anthony Davis is like, I don't know. It's wild to watch him play basketball sometimes because it's either like, oh yeah, like this is why people say you're a top 3 big man or whatever in the league. And then you watch sometimes it's like you watch an entire game and it's like, oh yeah, I forgot he was playing tonight. He had 18 points, 12 rebounds, like a decent enough line, but just didn't like have any impact. And this team can't afford to have a player just like who's supposed to be their best player or second best player, just like vibing half the nights.
Yep.
Yeah, you want him to start taking that mantle as the best player from like LeBron.
For sure. Like, and like last night we lost to the Kings in overtime and it's like, that's where you kind of feel like a player those type of games, not even that one specifically, but like that's the type of game where it's like,
Yeah, like put us on your back.
we have this guy. Like,
whenever
Giannis,
when everything is going right and at the top of his powers, he should be a top 5 guy.
Yes, and it's like you're not good enough. This team isn't good enough for you to have like a switch where it's like, okay. I'm like, I'll turn it on next week. Nah, nigga, we need to win every game because the West is also looking tough because the Warriors are back.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's. I'm glad we got our one. I'll say that. Cause
y'all, I'm thinking like, what if would you, man, like they could get Rubio, Kevin Love, and like I don't know, one of the 2 other point guards from Cleveland for probably like Russ and Talon. That's probably better than having Russ on your roster because like one, he's a black hole, and 2, like he's your highest paid player, and he's not like nearly worth that amount of money.
No.
So you get 3 players who can actually like do things that help your team, which is like play make. They don't need the ball. They can stand in the corner and shoot, which is like what Anthony Davis and LeBron both need.
Yep. I mean that kind of anything at this point seems like it'd be a better fit than Russ. So yeah, like I can't even like even if Kevin Love don't play and it's just like you got Rubio and something from them. Like they got hella big men that they obviously can't keep paying, like or that they're not going to pay all of them. Like they need to start moving some pieces around. I
think Kevin Love could probably play right. Like I know he's played some games this year, but I think
I thought
they have Lauri Markkanen and they have Evan Mobley.
And Jared Allen.
They're not really rushing to get him minutes. Like, there's no reason to. Like, we have these young players who need to work out and figure out what's going on. And Jared Allen.
Yeah.
So it's like I think he probably could play more than he's playing at the moment, and
for sure,
he definitely could stand in the corner and shoot threes.
I don't hate it. It something's got to shake, and it makes me sick that like the alternative universe was us trading for Buddy Hield and signing DeMar DeRozan. Both of those just seem like. At the time, they seemed like a better fit. And now watching where it's like, okay, you try to talk yourself into like, Russ will figure it out. Or like LeBron will get Russ to figure it out. It's like, oh, no, he's doing the thing that he does. And again, some night he had a triple-double last night. Some nights he'll have 30 and 14. But it's like, I don't want this.
Cost, though?
I did get to see him crip walk across the Lakers logo, though. So that was pretty cool. It's nasty out. It felt like when they got LeBron and AD, like we knew that the window was going to be short, right? So like if they got 4 years together, you need to have like 4 like years where you kind of do everything right and put the best possible team around them if you want to win multiple championships. They got 1 year one, so that I think they were like, oh, cool, like we figured it out. And then they have kind of fucked off the roster since then. Like if this same roster didn't have both of them but had one or the other, obviously you'd have a bunch of extra money left over, but like you wouldn't even consider this like a playoff team right now. Obviously, you add both of them, and it's like it is. Like you add both of them, it's like cool. LeBron and AD guarantee a playoff team, but when AD plays like dog shit half the games, and then LeBron has to miss, I think he's missed 9 games so far.
Yeah, LeBron getting up there, bro.
And then he's fighting people. Also now he's a fighter now, so he's suspended for that.
Yeah.
I
bet he wish he never did that with his hand because he almost fucking died.
Yeah, the more you look at like it was fun at first to be like, no, Braun washing him. It's like the dude is 20 years younger than him, the same size and boxed growing up. Isaiah Stewart might have put the beats on Braun if it came down to it. Thank God we didn't have to see it.
First game back from an injury too, wasn't it? Or second game back?
First or second, from a strained abdominal. He got punched in the tummy one time. And he down for the count.
Yeah.
Y'all think he did that shit on purpose?
I think it was kind of supposed to be a little bit extra to get him off him. Like,
just I don't think he meant to like hit him in the face like that, though.
Yeah. Not all that.
He wasn't trying to make him gush.
Dog, it was like an open hand, like push off and split his eye open and busted his lip. That heavyweight boxers. It's incredible.
He's supposed to be like, hey, young blood. That's all it's supposed to be. What's supposed to be like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Just a little check. And that escalated quickly. That was terrifying.
Good Lord.
Isaiah Stewart did the absolute most too, which made it so funny. I'm cool. No, I'm not cool, and then runs away again. I love when people do that shit.
It's just hilarious, like getting that visual example of like what normal people look like trying to stop like athletes.
Oh my god!
You have no chance.
That was the same night Jonathan Taylor became the best running back in the league, and they were posting pictures of them side by side. Like this looks exactly the same. and he running over. He had 4 coaches on the ground, pulling 2 people by his jersey. You have nothing for them.
Tom Ali and shit.
You cannot beat up a professional athlete if you're listening to this. If
you probably beat up a bowler.
Well, I guess you can't beat up a professional athlete in a sport anybody in America gives a fuck about.
Did y'all agree with me when the last time I asked, like, are these people athletes? Y'all remember that?
Yeah. What sport are you talking about? Was it cheerleading? Oh, it was what can you do? Or I think I said, like, if it's something you can't just do and be nice at right away or something like that.
All right, never mind. We don't got to get back into it.
Yeah, bowlers are athletes. Just not one.
No, I asked the porn stars were athletes. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Shout out to them.
And then what? So LeBron got suspended for the Knicks game and then came back for the Pacers game and got 2 fans the fuck up out of there.
Yeah, shout out to that. LeBron getting white people ejected from games. Let's get it.
I'm kind of believing what they said about Bronny. There's been people from the game like posting on TikTok and Twitter and stuff saying that they also heard the girl say that. I hope Bronny dies in a car wreck shit or whatever. So it's obviously still a rumor. But LeBron went and grabbed that ref by his arm like he was grabbing the principal. I ain't never seen him get so riled up to get somebody out of the stand. They had to say something pretty egregious, I imagine.
It could have been anything.
Yeah, I'm believing what the people have said. I'm believing it.
Yeah.
I'm not.
I believe.
Blake don't ever want to believe nothing fun.
Yeah, I believe when what would they say when Mason Rudolph called Myles Garrett a nigger or whatever.
Yeah,
that's
you're
why
not
he hit
trying
him
to crack somebody's head open with a helmet over like something less than that.
Yeah. How do you think he hit him with the helmet? He said the N-word, so I hit him. I'm hitting him with this helmet. That makes sense to me.
That's still one of the wildest in sport fights I think I've ever seen.
It's the funniest shit
it
ever.
Has to be.
That show's hilarious.
Bonking somebody with a helmet like that is nuts, especially when it's coming from a person that big. And then Mike Pouncey coming in to kick him twice, the softest kicks ever.
Well, he didn't want to break his toe, probably.
Yeah. He was like, "Oh, helmet is here." That's me not do that.
Oh yeah, both the Pounceys are out of the league now, right? Or it's just one in?
Yeah, they retired together.
Oh, that's kind of weird, but all right.
They're twins. I feel like when you're twins that do the matching tattoo thing, you got to retire at the same time. I feel like it only makes sense.
You think the Morris brothers are playing a year in the league without each other?
Absolutely not. No chance. The only way one of them retires is if they decided like, hey, we're about to split this contract and we'll just be on the same team. You come in.
That was the stupidest thing. Oh my god! They promptly got traded at different. Oh my god!
That was hilarious.
Having them on the same team is hilarious.
It is funny.
Yeah, LeBron did his thing though. It was a double overtime, I think, or a single overtime against the
single
Pacers.
overtime. Yeah, he hit the game winning 3.
That game was looking dicey. I thought y'all were out. Chris Duarte had a crazy ass fucking shot from the corner too to send this to OT, I believe. Yeah, it was a good game.
It was a good game.
Yeah, fuck Indiana.
Sometimes like you watch League Pass, so I kind of comfortably feel like I can name you like 7 to 10 players, or I'll say 6 to 10 players from just about every team in the league. Sometimes you watch these, like, I don't watch the Pacers play pretty much ever, and you just see so many players like, who the fuck are you? Who created you in a lab and just like put you on the court? I've never heard your name before, and they be having people that be out there hooping. Or you play like the Thunder. It's like, who are you and why are you so nice? Where did you come from? Shit's awesome.
Yeah, I really don't watch anybody but the Knicks and whoever the Knicks are playing.
Yeah, trying to find time to squeeze in extra games now. Nah, not happening.
No, even when I have time, I just if I don't care about what's going on the court, like the people who are out there, then I'm not gonna watch it. I'll watch something else. I'll watch a TV show or play a game or something.
Yeah,
it's all good. Did y'all see this thing with the $790 million the NFL and the Rams owner has to pay to the city of St. Louis?
I saw that they had reached a settlement. I didn't see like what the details of it were though.
Yeah, that's
so basically, yeah, it has to do with like them leaving, right? So before they left, obviously the city of St. Louis, like they made a bid to build them a stadium and all this. But I think Stan Kroenke complained to the owner, the other owner for the league and the league office, that he doesn't believe the city of St. Louis can support an NFL team, an NHL team, and there was like one other thing they had going on there that was like all those. Oh, baseball, yeah. that all those things together, they're probably not gonna be able to support that because they have like a declining population, and he's like talking about like the crime rates and all this shit and stuff like that. So we kind of just took a big dump on the city, and
got a point.
All the owners like completely negated the package that St. Louis was presenting to them and just let them leave to Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
So I think it's about the
I just cleared my throat.
Oh, I think like basically it's because the lost revenue from not having the team there, and I guess they left improperly. But they literally they were in Los Angeles for 1 year before they got a stadium like built. Like so,
yeah.
It seems like shit maybe happened faster than what it appeared on the outside.
That's kind of what it sounded like with both of those LA teams moved. Like it kind of sounds like once they decided they were moving, they both were like, "All right, we're packing our shit, we're out of here." And like didn't really like the Chargers like left shit in the facility and played in a soccer stadium for 2 years before getting a home. Like
you just still Chargers gear if you just could get into
I think
the
that's what they're saying. Like you guys didn't give us like a legit chance in
for sure
keeping this team. Like you guys already had it in for the city of St. Louis. So $790 million goes to that city. That's a big amount of money.
That's a lot of fucking money. And I wonder what kind of like contract stuff they sign when they do like these, like when you built that first stadium, do we have like first dibs on the next one, or like can any team just if they decided like, oh, it's time for a new stadium and we don't want to be here anymore and just bounce? Like I wonder what those negotiations even look like between a city.
They shipped the team off and then read the license and agreements.
Yeah, oh yeah, of course, yeah, we'll never see. Maybe I'll get on the city council one day.
Even with this one, they everything about like what the settlement entails is closed. The only thing they got out was the number.
Yeah. So we know $790 million is being exchanged and going somewhere. It's pretty much it.
Yeah,
that's crazy. Shout out to
Nelly. We should have done this one earlier. But Dak said his favorite side was green bean casserole. And I thought that was interesting.
He's
curious what your guys is.
That's a very interesting side to have it as your favorite.
Yeah,
like
I know people.
Same like I know people who like green bean casserole. There's just like, and again, hey, everybody got their thing. There's just so many sides that are like more flavorful, just like better. Like you like a vegetable with like some other vegetables mixed together, maybe some bacon or something. Like that's a wild like favorite side.
So you never had it. What are you talking about? What is bacon?
Yeah, people put so much different shit in green bean casserole. Are you kidding me?
How many of them have you had?
One, and it was gross. I didn't like it. Don't remember. I know there was bacon in it.
Okay.
Casserole could be anything.
Before. What? Yeah, that's true.
Green bean casserole is normally green beans, cream and mushrooms, and French fried onions on top.
That's gross.
Yeah. Nah, yes, it's not the best, but it's not trash. But nigga saying that's his favorite side is kind of wild. But
there's so many better sides.
Yeah, nah, I get it. If like
maybe on his table.
Yeah,
likely not on his table. What?
Yeah, it's disgusting.
So what was y'all favorite side then?
Mac and cheese every time.
Yeah, probably that or I like yams. It's my shit.
Yeah, sweet potatoes.
Yams is strong. Very strong. Yeah. What about you, Blake? You like yams?
Sweet potatoes or stuffing?
Wait, greens is a side, right?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. The only things that aren't side are the meats. That's typically how it goes.
Greens are a fireside. Greens might be up there too because I feel like you really only have it on holidays. Ain't nobody putting in all that effort for a regular meal.
I've had greens hella times, like not on the holidays. I got a country ass.
I don't fuck with greens.
Not greens is a shit.
Wow.
You don't fuck with greens, Blake?
You don't like veggies. No, that's crazy.
I do. I don't like lettuce and I don't like greens, and that's probably the two vegetables I don't like.
Wow. That's surprising. Why don't you like lettuce?
Tara, like with your greens, you be mixing you be smushing up your cornbread and putting it on top of your greens and mushing it in?
Somebody else just asked me that the other day. Why did it? I don't do that. No. I don't really like the green juice like getting on everything else.
Bowl. That should be good as fuck. Could you put some you mixing the smoked turkey with your greens too? Oh man, that's the shit.
Slop, brother. Put your shit in the trough.
What were you about to ask? What are y'all about to ask me something or say something? Before you said that, Tyra was about to say something.
I don't remember. He asked me a stupid question that I forgot.
Bad.
What the fuck ever.
I apologize, brother.
All right, we don't got to read this shit about the dude in Pittsburgh. That's not really important.
What happened in Pittsburgh?
Or this thing with the coin flip. Just go to the NFL thing. I'm done with these topics. because we like have more shit on here than we did when I put all the stuff here.
All right, y'all watched all the Thanksgiving games, right? That's what we're gonna start with.
I didn't watch as much of the last game. I didn't really watch that one too much.
Did nobody watch much of the last game? They didn't want to even see that shit. Only thing, Detroit and Chicago played. That came on at 9 a.m. If you're watching that game sober, seek help.
I was drunk by 9, so yeah, I was
you had to be watching it. Oh yeah.
Wide awake watching it.
Yeah, he was over there turned. It was 9:15 at kickoff for your boy. Right. I don't even care about this game. It was just hella funny this week that there were Fire Matt Nagy chats at a Bulls game, at an AEW event, at the Bears game.
High school game.
Yeah, high school game. They want that brother gone immediately. And he secured a win to save. I think if he would have lost this week, he was getting tarmacked in Detroit.
I think so too. I think he was out of there if he lost.
Yeah,
if you're under 500, lose to a team with 10 losses, no wins, you're probably fired. No matter who you are.
Got to go, my boy.
Yeah.
And then Vegas played Dallas in Dallas. I feel like every time I see Dallas play on Thanksgiving, they got extra sunlight in that big ass window in their stadium. It's the only time I feel like there's hella light in that big ass window, shining directly in someone's face. Vegas ended up winning 36-33. I think they said there was like a record 28 penalty calls in this game. I
remember there being hella penalties in that game.
Damn.
That's hella. I do know my boy as a Cowboys fan was complaining that they kept killing PI, but I saw number 30. He was grabbing people by the underwear. He's hooking their arm, jumping on their back, and then being baffled when they called a PI. Which makes
ultimately cost him the game, right? Wasn't that it? That was him?
Yeah, he gave him one for game, but it was like, I think he got burnt on like pretty much every big pass play.
He was getting beat deep, but like the receiver that was like ahead of him, he was reaching back for the ball, but he like grabbed the dude's helmet so he couldn't like, you know how like if you don't turn around and try to make a play on the ball, nigga, you can't turn around if the nigga's like holding your head. Yeah, like he couldn't turn around because he was holding him.
Nah, he was falling into his lap. Yeah, he's falling into his lap. He wasn't about to turn around.
He could have turned around when he saw the guy looking for the ball.
Then he got put in a sleeper hole.
Zay Jones had turned all the way around before Anthony Brown even decided to start looking back.
That's what that was, Zay Jones.
My head in your chest, and then I'll try to turn around afterwards.
Yeah, that shit was awful. And then I'm pretty sure they put this itis game on TV so that people would just pass out during the game after they ate. Buffalo beat New Orleans.
Hey, this score's wrong. Get the fuck out of here. Give me my garbage time points. That's fucked up.
Oh, it wasn't 31-6. That's the score I saw.
No, hell no. We put on points in the gutter.
What was the final score?
I thought you only scored 6.
Oh, was that this week? Is that last week you put up the points in the garbage time? Well, shit.
Yeah, I think that was last week. Y'all lost 31-6 this week, my boy. Yeah, Josh Allen put on an iron boot and walked into the Superdome and stomped y'all asses out. It was nasty. I had to tape my fucking eyelids open to watch this bullshit. Jesus Christ.
And we might be without Trevor Siemian this weekend. Or I think maybe they're talking about Jameis might be coming back. I don't know what's going on, but Sean Payton's these quarterback questions, right?
Jameis ain't coming back. What? Did he tear
his ACL? What?
Yeah.
What's going on? Why is he saying that?
He tore AC, MC.
There's got to be Taysom if Trevor Siemian is banged up.
Well, I don't know what he's talking about. He's literally there's questions about quarterback, but respectfully, I'm not going to answer anything this week. So I know y'all are going to ask me, but I'm not answering anything.
Why would you say that? It seems like they refuse to put Taysom in at quarterback. Niggas putting out Craigslist job offering ads for quarterback instead of ready to put that nigga in.
I feel like Marshawn.
Like we're so short on offensive weapons that taking him out is a big deal. Like taking him out of like being like one of our pass catchers and shit like that. Or
at some point, like, dude, we're paying you to play some QB, bro. Play this goddamn game.
We're not one game. We're really not paying him to play quarterback. We're paying him to be a third string tight end. He gets paid quarterback when he plays quarterback, but he doesn't right now.
All right, don't nobody give a fuck about that team. Them niggas stink. Anyway, so this Sunday
what are you talking? Trash ass team.
Y'all got beat 31-6 on Thanksgiving and let niggas eat turkey. You let Cole Beasley eat turkey in the Super Bowl.
On Thanksgiving.
Y'all let Cole Beasley eat turkey on the Florida League.
Unvaccinated too.
He didn't have a mask
on.
It's
New Orleans. Everybody's unvaccinated.
It's nasty. That end zone wasn't unvaccinated. They was having a fucking field day. Y'all seen when Marshawn Lattimore got routed?
You know what though? In his defense, that nigga had like 7 seconds to do all that. Like that nigga better scored. That nigga got to do like 3 basketball shakes. He did 3. Nigga did 3 2K size up moves.
He did hella moves. He went backwards 2 yards and started going. Yeah, that shit was impressive.
Y'all are 1 win better than us talking cash shit. That's crazy.
You come in here talking cash shit every week, but y'all lose 31-6 and we supposed to let you cook? Get out of here.
I know. You're
Bing
saying
bong.
like you're trash like y'all aren't.
Oh, trash can recognize trash. That ain't no problem.
Shut up.
Yeah, that ain't no problem. That ain't no
Crabs
problem.
Right,
but you on the Summer Jam screen right now, not me. Okay,
no,
you got a final score on Thursday.
Monday pod, I'm on your ass.
Yeah, they ruined your holiday, not mine. All right,
Monday pod, I'm on your ass.
Blake put his phone on permanent do not disturb that night. Wouldn't even send pictures of my family. He wouldn't even respond.
Ain't no reason to interact with y'all. I'm vibing. I was good. Y'all could have got online, sent me a party invite, but nobody does that shit no more either.
You're right. I was in a coma. All right. But yeah, this week looks like we got some decent games coming up. Pittsburgh playing Cincinnati. That should be a fun one. Division game. Cincinnati can start to try to creep back up into that first place spot in their division. Pittsburgh's not out of it though. That division's hella close and tight.
Yeah, that should be a good game.
Yeah, for sure. Ooh, I feel like every week we have to watch the 2-2-8 teams play. The Jets and Houston are playing. I feel like they've played 3 weeks in a row.
The game I'm watching.
I feel like they played each other already too.
Who are you tapping in for, Blake?
No,
Tyrod?
I just like these games where like somebody has to win. I love those games.
Nah, okay,
not true. You can tie.
They battling hard as hell.
That's true. I want to watch that too.
But yeah,
I love seeing the trash battle the trash. Like I like
watching the tie is always kind of entertaining because they start to get to the end of overtime and you're like, oh wow, nobody's gonna win. That's hilarious.
Let me see how hard y'all are gonna try to lose this shit. That's what you're battling for a pick right now.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
they right there.
Or does Houston probably they're still fucked up from the Laramie Tunsil trade?
Yeah, I think Miami has their pick.
Damn! So they got to really try to win.
They really want to win. They really want to win, and the Jets will let them.
Oh my god! Yeah, the Jets are eating in that first round.
Is Zach Wilson back, or are they still starting Joe Flacco?
It's him. He said he's back this week. I think Zach Wilson's back this week.
They said he's like able to play it. I don't know if they're gonna start him. They probably shouldn't at this
point.
Is
that it?
They probably shouldn't. Yeah.
Joe Flacco came out wearing like number 19 or some shit last week.
Oh fuck!
Instead of 5.
I know he has no desire to be there.
And he still wants to check. Fuck it. You can
to get paid. Yeah, to get paid.
From retiring. Take your ass home, old man.
I be thinking that with them old quarterbacks. Like you're a quarterback on the Jets and you're like 37. You're really paying to like be in pain or getting paid to be in pain the next day.
Oh, yeah, he's 36. I remember when Joe Flacco came out the draft. God damn, we're old.
He's a 5-year senior, I think. And he was old as hell.
Is
Joe Flacco elite?
Never.
Not no more.
He had an elite playoff run.
I feel like the word elite didn't even become popular in sports until Joe Flacco came around because people were asking if he's
elite. Eli Manning too, though. That was all he's ever. He said
is Eli elite?
Eli. Fuck no, that nigga was never elite.
You catch him in the playoffs, he might be.
Oh yeah. No, he's the playoff. He had some runs in the playoffs.
Another good game. Tampa at Indianapolis. I like this one because this is one of those like an unmovable object meets an unstoppable force because Jonathan Taylor looks like the best running back I've ever seen, and Tampa Bay don't let nobody run on him. So we're gonna see if that boy can put up some numbers this week. He had 4 touchdowns last week, 5 touchdowns last week.
Yeah, 5.
God damn.
Yeah, you would know. Blake had him against you in fantasy.
He did. I'm starting a support group. If you had to play Jonathan Taylor when he had 54 points, please dial 911.
It's the second 50 ball I put up.
That's honestly impressive to have 2 different running backs to put up 50 in a season.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Imagine a nigga gets both of them running backs like the same week in fantasy. That'd be hilarious.
Dog. They said Derrick Henry. I think they're looking at like a week 17 return, so he probably won't come back to the playoffs if they make the playoffs because Indy can still catch them in that.
Ryan Tannehill selling.
And dog, they don't have Derrick Henry now. Julio's on the IR, and I guess we can talk about it when we get there. But they got 3 of their 3 best players all on the IR, so I'm not really sure.
Yeah, AJ Brown's on IR too. Yep.
All right, let's just breeze over this next one. Atlanta's going to Jacksonville to play them. Oh, wait, what'd you say?
Say what?
I still got shit to say about the Tampa game.
Oh, go ahead.
I've been posting the videos from like Barry McCockiner inside our chat.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how you say his name. He does like the weekly NFL recaps, but he's a big Tom Brady denier, and I'm kind of starting to buy in on what he's talking about. Like, they don't ask Tom Brady to do shit. It looks like so, and he kind of gets gassed just for making easy ass normal check down throws like repeatedly.
Yeah.
So just throwing that out there.
We'll see.
Drew Brees might be better.
That Barry McCockiner fucking wilding on Twitter. Yeah, he's been banned several times.
Oh, he keeps on saying like he's a known woman respecter about like everybody who has some type of charge against women. I don't know. It's fun.
All right. So Atlanta going to Jacksonville. Shakur, do you have any hot takes about your Jags? Can they win this game? No,
I don't fucking know, dude.
Hey, who's the best safety in the draft? Lineman?
Oh no, the nigga from Notre Dame, right?
Myron Wolf.
When is the draft? I'm sure you've been scouting that out.
Yeah, the Notre Dame safety.
I have nothing to offer.
Nah, I don't know. Kyle Pitts is finna go in the Canton off of this week alone. That nigga's finna have like 12 catches for 287 yards. That nigga's finna eat us alive.
Yeah, yo. You better not ever let a player break a record on y'all because I'm giving you
Dog, I thought Jonathan Taylor was going through that week. I was like, oh shit.
Do y'all got to play him one more time this year?
Who? Jonathan Taylor? We might. I think we do.
I hope
think we played them twice. Yeah.
He's probably like
he had 96 yards in the first quarter with like 7 minutes left. I was like, oh fuck, we're gonna get the Adrian Peterson treatment. But then we locked up in the second half. I think he finished for like 120 something. But
oh yeah, I think that was actually on Hard Knocks. He like literally walked up to one of the players and was like, "Yeah, I had me in the second half," but I think it was Josh Allen. He's like, "Hey, we thought you was gonna be gone."
Yeah, no, yeah. But yeah, shout out to Kyle Pitts. He's gonna fuck us up. Matt Ryan kind of sucks though.
So do y'all.
Yeah, we're ass too. Yeah,
better than goddamn Trevor. That's for sure.
Yeah, have fun watching these two shit fests.
Dang.
No, dude. I've been seeing all these reports where like Urban Meyer's like been blaming like something about like development on like coaches and other stuff, and it's like, dude, just fire this whole fucking training staff or this whole coaching staff. This shit stinks. They're
gonna make sure they give Trevor every chance in the world, but right now it looks fucking ugly.
No, you gotta look
bad.
Dude, our fucking number one receiver's been a fucking lifelong special teams guy, and he just got put on IR.
Dog, the fact that Jamal Agnew was like legit your best offensive player was astonishing to me.
I'm telling you, like, and like when you watch it, like you see, like he can make the plays, but dude, he's not getting no help, man.
Nope.
56% completion percentage is pretty horrible.
Dog,
that's like Tim Tebow levels.
Dog, we don't got no man.
Is he at 56%
on the outside,
right
man?
Yes, he's fucking god awful.
How many times have they had him throwing a game?
It's the supporting cast, man. He has a shitty supporting cast. I'm telling you, man. If you watch it, I'm telling you, like he has the ability. It's the supporting cast, dude.
It's a shit party. It's funny too because I think before the season I said I like Trevor and the Jags offense to be the best offense for like a rookie.
Yeah,
because I was like, damn, y'all got hell of weapons. He should be nice
too.
It hasn't been
DJ
close.
Chark got hurt. Laviska's a running back. Laviska's a fucking running back because he can't catch. Marvin Jones is older. Like you don't want Marvin Jones to be your one. Like Marvin Jones should be like a 2 or a 3. And it's like, bro, fucking niggas are relying on Jamal Agnew to play wide receiver, bro.
Yeah, Trevor is in the bottom 5 of like every stat, pretty much.
Yeah, man, dog. This stinks. Shit.
He might be shit too. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing that out there. It's fucking shit.
They do be having.
If you watch, I'm telling you, man. If you watching the games, you don't. He doesn't. He be trying to have he be having to like force shit, man. Because it's just he has no help out there. Nick, I think we have to lead the league in drops.
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you,
can
man, find out.
If
you watch the games, man, I'm telling you, it's bad out there. We have some shit on the outside. Hey, you said you only watch 10 games anyway. You wouldn't even know.
I'm looking at the stats right here, though.
Yeah, still stats don't tell everything, man. Look who the players are on the outside. Like I've watched Jaguar games with Tyrell this year. Like look who we look at who we have on offense
Look
right
at who
now.
the Saints have. I mean, like people are lacking talent in places,
Dude,
but
you
it
guys
doesn't
got
mean
what?
like
Maybe the best offensive line of football. You still got fucking what?
okay.
Kamara. Like, dude, our line isn't as good as yours. And didn't you say what? Callaway's a top 3 wide receiver, like deep balls or something this year or some shit like
It's
that?
a go can get ball, yeah, and I was promptly proven wrong, and I took that. Then y'all just paid big money for a fucking receiver. He's not playing. Marvin Williams,
Marvin Jones. He's
I don't think
playing.
he got
Marvin
paid big
Jones.
money. What? He probably got
He
like
was
a
one of
decent
the
deal.
biggest free agent wide receivers available this year.
I don't think he got paid big money, but we signed him. Yeah, I don't.
Has he not been out there? Is your first round pick wide receiver not been out there?
What first round wide receiver?
Wasn't Laviska Shenault the first rounder?
No.
No. Second rounder, third rounder.
I think he's like a third. I think it's like a third round guy, maybe.
Yeah, I
Okay,
think he was
but
the
he's
third
been
rounder.
healthy though, right?
No, hey, he's not good. Yeah, he's definitely taking a step down.
Brother might suck though. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well,
I
you
hate
haven't
you
seen him
niggas
really
so
play,
much.
so
All right. So we got Carolina at Miami. I have nothing to say about this game other than Christian McCaffrey looks awesome and still the only weapon on that team somehow. And I was just looking at who leads the league in drops. Robbie Anderson, number 1 in the league with drops. Keenan Allen's number 2.
I hate
Fun
him.
fact.
really.
Hate who? Robbie Anderson or Keenan Allen?
Yeah,
I could leave both of those
Robbie
guys up
Anderson. I don't care about Keenan Allen.
Yeah. No, yeah, Robbie
I
Anderson.
know ill will against him. Except he might be a fucking cheeser on 2K is all.
Robbie Anderson seems to drop all the important balls. He probably catch everything except the touchdown.
Marquise
Let's
Brown.
see. We got Tennessee going to play New England. Yeah, Tennessee is going to be without AJ Brown for at least 3 weeks now. Julio's out on the IR. Obviously, Derrick Henry's still out. So I think that offense is probably going to get shut down playing New England because that defense looks legit and they look awful. Not awful, but they don't have any offensive weapons outside of the 3 people I just named. So we'll see how that looks. You guys have any thoughts on that game?
Which game?
Tennessee at New England.
Miami and
Probably New England for sure. I don't have any deeper thoughts than that, but I'm saying New England's probably going to win that game. They are looking legit.
yeah,
More legit by the week.
Tannehill's not been playing good either
At all.
And they got too many injuries. Yeah, I like New England to win.
Speaking of getting better by the week, Philly is going to play the Giants. Philly is up to 5-6 now. They seem to kind of figure their offense out a little bit, which seems to be run the ball, which they've proven to be really good at. They got a quarterback that can run. Giants are 3-7. Philly sneaky. They win this game. They kind of on Dallas's bumper to. If Dallas loses this division after having a 7-1 start, I will cry 1,000 tears for sure.
Now Dallas. You said Dallas, right?
No, Philadelphia, and
Yeah,
it's playing
Philly and New York.
The Giants. No, I mean, yeah, there's no way Philly loses this. I mean,
there should be
after
no
how
way.
they looked against us, not that we're like world beaters, but I think they might be kind of have found themselves, and the New York is god awful. I mean, it is the NFC East, that's the only thing can happen, but
Yeah, the division games always can be tricky, but yeah, dude, Daniel Jones, man, I don't know what the fuck Daniel Jones be doing sometimes, man.
he'd be butt. He's ass. Sit him down.
The Kenny Galladay sucks this year too. I thought he was gonna be like kind of good for them because they paid him to come in to be the number 1.
Yeah,
that motherfucker.
Not that I think he's great, but not having to go from Matt Stafford to fucking Daniel Jones, probably not a great fit. And Kenny Galladay stays hurt, so he don't be building no chemistry because he only plays.
He's always
3 games at a time.
Too.
Okay.
Yeah.
I looked this up because you brought it up. The Jaguars are 19th in the league for team drops.
Oh,
Chargers are number 1 at 21. Yeah.
How the fuck are the Chargers number 1 in drops?
We drop a lot of
balls. Good ass receivers.
Keenan Allen drops a lot of balls. I remember that.
Keenan Allen is like every year is really towards the highest in the league in drops.
Is he really?
He also takes a lot of targets, a lot of catches. So
yeah, he usually is like in the top 10 in targets, I feel like. But yeah, I mean, because you think like drops, I think he's second in the league right now. He has 6. So it's like, that's not really a lot in the grand scheme of things, but yeah. especially for
Saints
how
are
many balls
18,
he catches.
tied with the Jaguars. Actually, there's a tie from 16 to 20.
Wait, how many? Does this say how
Tampa
many
Bay,
total?
Cleveland, New Orleans.
Does it say how many
11.
total drops it is?
For all these teams.
Wow.
Yeah, all these teams have 11. Tampa Bay, Cleveland, New Orleans, Jacksonville, and that's it.
That kind of makes me question a little bit more. Even seeing Keenan
What they
with 6,
consider
like,
drops.
what is a drop? Because I feel like I've seen my team is number 1, but I feel like I've seen my team drop more than, like, I've seen Keenan drop more than 6 balls. It's like, is it
Y'all
like
have 21 drops as a team?
Yeah, it feels like more than that.
I bet it's not.
Does it have to be like a blatant, like, is it with nobody, like, no contact, like you just dropped it and it's not like something?
It's by the scorekeeper, right? So
yeah,
the scorekeeper rules it a drop, and they're
so
not
probably
all the same scorekeeper every single game.
Yeah, but it's probably like if nobody was there to like jar it out, you just like it touched both hands.
The ball didn't get knocked out. The ball didn't get hit out your hands. Like it hit your hands, you didn't catch it.
Yeah. Because I feel like I see a lot of those like guy catches it and then immediately drops it because someone starts tackling him. That probably doesn't count as a drop.
It's probably not a drop.
Yeah.
Oh, I'd be considering them shit drops. Like, nigga, that shit hit your hand.
It feels like it, especially when they're important. It's like, nigga, if you don't catch this ball, dog. Like Keenan Allen is good, like great on a 3rd and 3, but when we drop like a 4th and 1 slant, it's like, dog, if you don't, I know 6 people are on your back, but if you don't catch that shit. Yeah. Speaking of Keenan Allen dropping the ball, the Chargers are going 2 Mile High to play Denver this week for a division game. We're 6-4. Denver's 5-5. I feel like this. I won't say an easy win because as a Chargers fan, there are no easy wins. This should be a W, but like I've been worried about with pretty much every team we play, they got 2 really good running backs, and we struggle to stop the run. So, shit! Like kind of like in the Pittsburgh game, if we jump out early and kind of take away a team's need to run the ball, I feel confident. But if it's a 14-14 game with 3 minutes left, we can't really stop nobody from just running the clock down. So should be a dub if we can get out early, but we're going to see because like we always say, division games are hell.
That at Mile High too, man.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Honestly, I don't,
and that's where it hurts.
I want to take the Chargers, but I can see it going either way, honestly.
Same. Yeah, playing at Mile High when you can't stop the run, which means your defense is going to be on the field a lot, which has been our problem the whole year is our defense is on the field a lot. Because our offense scores quick and then we can't stop the run.
Melvin Gordon revenge game?
Hey, I kind of hope so. I picked him up in fantasy this week, so I need him to kind of go a little crazy, but also lose the game. And then, Denver's getting Bradley Chubb back. Our offensive line has looked better the last couple weeks. We didn't have to play against TJ Watt last week, so that was helpful, but hopefully we can
pretty good.
Do something about it. But it's like Denver has been in that like gray area of like they should probably start losing, but they keep beating teams or keep playing people well. They got smoked by Philly last week, but beat the shit out of the Cowboys.
They whooped Dallas's ass.
Yeah, so this is like a legit team. Like most of the league this year seems to be. Like it's looking at all these records, there are the 3-7, 2-8 teams, but otherwise it's like everybody's like 5-5, 4-6, 6-4, like within one game of being last in their division or first. So super competitive.
So what the hell is going on in Denver though? Like so they're 21st in the league in rushing attempts. That doesn't make any sense. Like you have Melvin Gordon and then that rookie running back you just took. Like, and I feel like they're not dumping the ball.
I feel like they're hella efficient when they run the ball too. I'm not really sure why they're not running it more.
Yeah.
And Vic Fangio kind of talked about like not trusting Teddy a bunch, so they were planning on running the ball a lot, and they don't. I know they're 5-5. Like they've gotten blown out a couple times, but not enough to where they shouldn't run the ball at all anymore. Javonte Williams gets like 13 yards of carry somehow, so I'm not really sure what they're doing there.
Funny enough, the Eagles are second in the league in rushing attempts.
That makes sense, and it didn't. Which is crazy because before Miles Sanders got hurt, they were running the ball like 3 times a game. So they really just started like, okay, we're gonna run it every game.
Fuck it, dive.
Hey, it works. Oh my god, dude! Speaking of dives, there was a play in that fucking Detroit game. It was 3rd and 23 on like the 47, and they ran a dive up the middle. Why do teams do that? I'll never understand. Like you might as well throw a pick at that point. You about to punt the bitch. Why are you running a dive for 2 yards? That shit drives me insane.
The game was gross, to be honest, man. And fucking Big Sean halftime, like, I wouldn't want that shit.
Nate, did you guys see where Big Sean's performing at? They had him performing behind like the crowds in the corner.
Yeah,
and then like I think he went down onto the field or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, it was a
I
pretty
saw the
good
video. I'm
performance.
like I was looking at the field to see where Big Sean was. I'm like, this nigga's in the crowd performing.
When they announced him, they started zooming in on somebody in the crowd, so I thought they were just showing fans, and then they put the spotlight, and it's like he was like sitting there watching the game. And they were like, "Oh yeah, here's a mic."
Mm-hmm.
One of the better, probably the best game of the week. Which it seems like the Rams every week are playing one of the best teams in the league, but we got the Rams going to Lambeau to play Green Bay, which should be a very good game. Aaron Rodgers said he got COVID toe, whatever that is, so probably gonna slow him down.
I hope these teams fucking tie.
Oh, so he did say that he had it? I thought he said nothing was wrong with his toe.
Well, then I saw that he said it was fractured, so he fractured a toe.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know. I just know I saw the screenshot of him putting his toes on like the webcam in a Zoom chat, which is hilarious. He's a weirdo. I think I like the Rams to win that game, but again, you never really know this year.
Shit, I like the Rams last week, and then didn't he play like ass last week? I think I'm going Green Bay.
Oh yeah, it's Matt Stafford versus Aaron Rodgers too. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna get another "I own you" chant or something.
Aaron Rodgers has been on fucking fire this year. Like, give me Green Bay. Like, he's doing his Aaron Rodgers type shit.
Yeah, and that defense, man, they got a defense over there too.
Their defense is super solid. Too,
yeah. And they lose a running back. They just tend to have like another superstar one right behind him, and just keep on fucking trucking. Like,
it's helpful. Having two good running backs is very helpful.
Devontae Adams is
They did just lose David Bakhtiari though, their tackle. I think he's out for the rest of the year now.
Hopefully, Von Miller can take advantage of that somehow.
Yeah, they just need to put Aaron Donald over there at left tackle, wherever the left tackle is. Like,
I think they should put Aaron Donald everywhere. How about that? Let him play quarterback. I'm interested to see what Odell will look like there after like not having to just come into the game off of a practice. See if he like runs the correct routes sometimes now.
No, he might still stink.
Yeah. Then we got Minnesota 5-5 at San Francisco 5-5. Expect to see a lot of running in that game.
Jimmy time.
I got Minnesota that game. I like Minnesota to win.
I don't know. Both of these teams seem like they're exactly the same.
Minnesota got weapons, bro. I believe.
So does San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco's on a heater right now, kind of too, ain't they?
Yeah.
I'm taking.
Yeah, Deebo Samuel been like the best receiver in the league the last 3 weeks, so it's helpful. Ooh, I guess this Cleveland's so phony. Cleveland's playing Baltimore. I'm not really excited for this game at all. It should be a good one. I don't know. I haven't seen that he's not, but he might be like have
Lamar's clone is playing if he's not.
Lamar's clone, maybe. Dog, he really got a Lamar clone. He looks exactly like him. With his helmet
that shit was funny to see who their quarterback was. Oh, yo, who's this nigga?
That was like a standard definition, like 480p game. You just swear it was Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, you'd have no idea. If you start playing on Madden and like that's the quarterback they put in, like, oh yeah, I got Lamar. Oh wait, shit, never mind. It's Tyler Huntley. I'm taking Baltimore to win that, but knowing this season, Cleveland's gonna find a way to win. Baker looks fucking bad.
Is Baker still playing though? Because Baker's got a messed up shoulder and he's got a messed up knee too.
He doesn't care. He's tough.
Oh,
all right.
Okay. Never mind.
The rest of the team should be tougher, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Or his wife.
Nick Chubb should do better.
Nick Chubb had 186 yards, and Baker Mayfield's wife was like, the rest of the team needs to step up.
They've been going loss, win, like alternating every single week for the last, what is this, since week 6? They've been alternating.
Did they win last week?
Yep. No, so it means L's on the way.
Going to the casino tonight. And then the Monday night game, which
shit, hold on before you move on. So they play Baltimore this week, have a bye week. Off the bye, they play Baltimore again.
Yep. So stupid.
I don't know if I've seen them before. Yeah, that's funny.
I feel like that happens every once in a great while. In like the NFC West, they do it, or like the AFC North. That's so dumb.
Mm-hmm. I'll tell you this. After that bye week, Baltimore's going to beat the shit out of them because that means Lamar's about to be healthy. Nigga, that's the Lamar game. Lamar's about to get in that ass.
That would suck if they like boat race them this week and then they play them again in 2 weeks and get boat raced again. If you just get your ass kicked by the same team 2 weeks in a row.
Because Baltimore has Baltimore has Pittsburgh in that time in between. So
shit.
I don't know. If they lose at Pittsburgh, then yeah, put the over on them the next week.
Yeah, the Monday night game is Seattle at Washington. I probably won't watch a single minute of that.
I hate to say, man, Seattle's like they really put a fork in them, dog. Like,
woo. They don't look good
Looking
anywhere.
like
It's crazy. I mean, I guess it just goes to show, like, shit, stars can't win it all. Like, that receiving core is one of the best in the league. They have a top 5-ish quarterback in the league. The running game is decent, but they can't. But
Who's
that
their
makes
running
sense,
back
though.
now?
Alex Collins, who I feel like
from the Ravens.
is hella good in the preseason every year. But I know Seattle would be on those lists. I for sure the last 2 years, but it's one of those, like, you know how at the end of the year they'll be like, oh, if every 1-score game was reversed, here would be every team's record, and Seattle always would be at the end because they were just winning close ass games. So once you take a little bit of a step back and you stop winning those games that you shouldn't have been winning, stop lying to yourself and thinking you're good, that record goes to 3-7. Y'all think they move on from Russ after this season?
No, I think Pete Carroll's out of there.
He's probably got to go.
I mean, it might not be a move on. It might be Russ wants to move on. It might not be like them being done with him. But right now, he looks worse than Geno Smith did. Like he looks god awful.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
And I guess like he's 8-9 since trademarking Let Russ Cook. Before that, he was 109, 56-1.
Jesus Christ.
That might have flew too close to the
small sample size.
That's why they keep blaming Sierra. She got him on his branding shit, and he started selling.
Hey, Seattle, we got a deal. Go Hawks!
Show me his record before that video and after that video. That's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that video.
Y'all got any other football takes you want to get off?
I'm
curious to see how this college football playoff shit goes.
Oh, yeah.
Ohio State losing. See what they do there and all that.
Not just losing, they got like manhandled. Every time I watch the game, the Haskins dude from Michigan ripping off a 26-yard run or scoring a touchdown. They got worked out. Hey,
I just saw the
Ryan Day gets fired.
I just saw the score for the Apple Cup deal today. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I didn't know that was yesterday.
Yeah, it's always on Black Friday now.
Oh wow!
That's cool. UW got washed.
UW isn't good this year. Or Wazoo good this year?
I don't think either of them are good.
Way better than UW. UW's god awful. Like Wazoo's over 500.
Yeah, both of them.
I saw that score. Like, what the fuck? What the fuck did Wazoo? Yeah. Interesting. That's crazy how UW was like really good a couple years ago.
I love when fans of teams, when they lose to their rival, do the like, oh, you got to get one every once in a while. No, they kicked your ass today. That don't really work. I don't care about last year. We kicked your ass today. Yeah, I saw that shit in the Ohio, because Michigan ain't won in like 9 years, and they were like, "Oh, okay, little brother got to get one eventually." Yeah, but they kicked your ass today. You can try to hide that pain.
Pretty too, ain't it?
Yes, it is. He probably just got himself an extension.
Yeah, he probably bought another decade of coaching.
Oh yeah. If he would have lost this, he probably gets fired after the year. He wins it. Decade contract coming tomorrow.
Yeah.
All right.
The khakis are on their way back to NFL sideline if he'd have lost.
The Jags could use them for 2 seasons to get their shit together.
Anybody.
All right. You want to take us into our next segment, Blake?
Oh, are we done with football? That's it?
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. So, nearing the end of the year, after this week, it probably, I don't think I'll be able to be here next week for the podcasting. I'll be in Washington. So, might see you guys. But, yeah, it's probably going to get spotty for people, I imagine, just with holiday shit and all that. By the way, so I feel like now's as good a time as any to do like a yearly award ceremony type of thing. Just highlight some things that we really enjoyed from this past year. It won't be a calendar year. I think we talked about this earlier. I think we'll probably go back to November. I'd feel even more comfortable if you went further back than that. Like maybe, I don't know, what month did we start this podcast?
I feel like it was like, shit, I don't know, spring. We 36 weeks in.
I'm not gonna be like spring. Yeah, around spring.
All right. Well, yeah. So never mind then. That what I'm about to say doesn't matter. Yeah, November's fine. But
yeah, I feel like
sort of the last year plus, probably 14-ish months of time.
Yeah, because I feel like stuff that comes out at the end of like November, December, maybe kind of October's time, in your mind at the end of the next year just feels like Like I was looking at albums today, and it's like, oh, this album that came out in January. If you'd have told me it came out in November, it would have made sense because it just seems like that time didn't. The time kind of all blurs together.
Yeah, for sure.
Over time.
Games don't tend to come out after this point. Movies are the only thing that really comes out late December, like Christmas Day and shit like that. So
yeah,
this year we still have like Spider-Man to come. We still have Matrix to come. I think other than that, it's probably
yeah,
it, right?
Matrix is coming out.
And I always hate when that kind of stuff comes out so late. I mean, this is our first time doing it, but like when you do start to look at the next year, like when you think of movie of the year for 2022, you're gonna forget that Spider-Man came out a week before New Year's and like not even consider
they do it for the Academy Award cycle though, because they are in the 2022.
Yeah, like, for sure. But even then, it then seems like I don't know. It seems weird when those movies win because it's like, oh shit, that was this year. Oh yeah, it was 11 months ago, 12 months ago. Seems hella far away. But yeah.
But either way, we're going to highlight some of our things that we liked from this past year. I think I left. There's one thing I left off of here was a TV show, but we can get to that at the end because it's good after movie. So the first category we have is Game of the Year. For myself, let me go to my notes because I wrote some shit about each one of these.
I thought your
Game of the Year was no. My Game of the Year was Returnal for the PS5. What I have here is the game forces you to learn and improve. It provided true mystery as to what was going on with the main character and the world they landed on. And it truly gets better as you get better at it. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. There's other than sports games, there's not really things that I go back to that much like that, like I have with this game. Took long breaks from it, but now I'm back in the cycle of playing it again. So cycle is funny because that's what you do in that game. And yeah, just I've really enjoyed it. It's fun. It's really fun.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Tyrell, see the order alternates on all these, so just keep going that way.
I did two, and if you listen to this podcast, you'll probably know why I did two for Game of the Year. I had Returnal as one of mine, a lot for the same reason as Blake's. Like, I like a game like that where at first it's like, this is way too hard, this isn't fun, and then as you start to get better, it's like, I kind of got it figured out. Now I feel like I'm nice, and you're starting to get further. Obviously, it makes that, like, when you do finally die and you got to start back over, even worse. But that kind of amps you up for like the next run to go further. So that's a game that I actually just fired back up this week because I got a new monitor in, so I want to see how that looks on there. So still in that period of trying to get better because you stink after taking that much time off. But the reason I did two was because I was loving the hell out that game, and then my save got corrupted. So I took an 8-month break off of playing because I just couldn't stomach looking at it anymore because of how daunting that game is. So for my other one, I had Mass Effect Legendary Edition because that's obviously one of my favorite series of all time. And I felt like they did a great job with the remaster, which like we've seen with like the Grand Theft Auto one, that people don't always get it right. And it felt like they fixed all the right things, left all the right things alone. So it just was a nice, pretty rehash of my favorite series ever. So I put that in there.
I like it when teams don't fuck up good games for the remake.
All I want.
It's a smart idea.
Give me the game I want, but don't like put cum rain
don't fuck it up. Don't make it worse. Shit, yeah. Well, I guess that leaves me then. What was it? I had Yakuza Like a Dragon. Y'all know I like JRPGs, and like the story's really good for that. And then it's got like a real good sense of humor, and I just really love the combat on there. Like, it's dope. And then for like an honorable mention, I had Ratchet and Clank because it's like playing like a fun Pixar movie. And I've just always like love Ratchet and Clank, so that would be like my honorable mention. But
I'm gonna give honorable mentions to all y'all did. And just probably doesn't fit into the timeline that we said because this game came out in September of last year. But mine's Cyberpunk 2077. It's arguably probably the best game like I've ever played. Probably the best.
It came out in September, but it probably didn't work till December. So
it worked for me out the gate.
Really?
Because y'all are on console. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you PC. I forgot you a PC nigga.
Yeah. But they're probably the best story I've ever experienced inside a game. They probably the best building of characters I've ever seen inside a game. Like, just absolutely tremendous, like, masterpiece of a thing. I know like it has technical issues on different platforms and whatnot, but if people do get a chance to play that, you really should. It's really, really, really good.
Was your character dicked up?
Yo, that's crazy.
That was hella funny on Twitter. As soon as that little character creation screen came out, niggas are stupid. Like, yo, my character got a dick.
I felt like this was kind of I was going through a list of like other companies' games of the year, and I kind of I felt like this was a pretty light year for gaming. It was the first year of like the new consoles being out, so they weren't really like pumping out a bunch of shit. There was definitely still some shit that I want to go back and play, but there wasn't anything that was like, I feel like Returnal was probably the favorite for a lot of people to win Game of the Year, just because it was something completely new.
Deathloop is getting a lot of them.
Deathloop I have seen, and I want to get into that because it sounds really good.
Yeah, Deathloop. I think Shin Megami Tensei 4, and I know Forza Horizon 5 just came out, but
it's getting tense.
It's in the conversation as well.
That shit looks crazy.
That shit looks fire.
It is.
All right, so I'm first up. The next category is Album of the Year. My album of the year was Vince Staples by Vince Staples. That's an album I go back to probably more. Yeah, definitely more than just about anything else this year. I won't say it's a perfect album, but it had it's I think 13 songs and no skips for me, which is usually my biggest determining factor of if I think it's album of the year, is if I can put this on, not even look at my phone anymore and not be, wanting to turn the shit off. And I had an honorable mention, which was Amuse and Her Feelings by Division. And that was one that came out like the first week of January. So kind of one of those like, oh yeah, if you would have asked me halfway through the year, I probably would have had that one as my album of the year. But it just came out so long ago that I fucking forgot about it until I started going back and looking at like what I listened to the most this year. And that was, I think, the third most listened to album for the year.
Can I ask both of y'all a question? Well, Jamal, you have one on here, so that's good. So to go back to the Game of the Year thing, you had Returnal and Mass Effect. Which one would you say was your Game of the Year, though?
I'd say Returnal. The only reason I had another one initially was because it fucking screwed me over. But yeah, gameplay wise, Game of the Year easily was that one.
Okay. I think I want to try to do something with these, so I'm just going to make sure that we have whichever ones were actually picked as the thing.
Bet.
All right.
But yeah, so yeah, like album is Vince Staples is my album of the year.
Okay.
That's me then, right? Damn, my album of the year. I got
big homie.
Yeah, Isaiah Rashad, The House is Burning. That's my shit. That's probably the album I've listened to the most this year. I was gladly not disappointed because TD, they let they artists drop albums every 38 months, so you gotta wait forever. You forget you forget they artists is fucking alive,
bro.
Nah,
you
man,
gotta wait forever,
dope.
And they're always worth it. I feel like every album they put out ends up being good, but it's like you only get one every like 3 years.
Yeah, like there's like one song I skip on that album, but like I fuck with it tough. So that's my shit. And then I was trying to think. I want to give a shout out to I Swear Vezo, Rich Off Pints too. That's probably my second favorite album of the year. That's my shit.
That was a very good album.
That should be making me want to drink lean. I sell drugs.
You should.
Don't let dreams be dreams.
Yeah, you should try it at least a dozen times.
A dozen. I would like to give the opposite of a shout out. My disappointment of the year is ESTG. That album dropped this year was bullshit.
Wow, that's kind of surprising.
That shit was weak, dude.
It wasn't as good as
from last year.
Yeah,
dog. That shit. The first one's a classic. When I first heard this, I was like, damn, this is like the best album I've ever heard in my life. That
album came out in September of last year, and I was gonna put it for my album of the year, but it was too far back. But yeah, that first album was classic. The second album I thought was good. It's just hard to follow up that first one.
Nah, man, I'm not fucking with that.
If you got a classic first album as like an unknown artist, it's almost impossible to like hit with the second one.
Oh, that first album was so goddamn good. There's no skips on that album.
Absolutely.
I was like, fuck, I want to sell fentanyl so bad.
Yo. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's me.
All right. Blake, my album of the year was Off Season by J. Cole.
Okay.
Thought it was him like, as good as he's ever been. All the features made sense and they fit in perfectly. The beat selection was awesome too, because like it let like the lyrics like take the forefront and be like the highlight of every single song. I really enjoyed that. I go back to that like quite often. I don't know. There wasn't really a close second for me. Like that's
my favorite J. Cole album.
Yeah,
he did his thing on there. Him putting out a fire album while also playing in the international basketball league is kind of dope.
It's tough. It's tough to do.
It's kind of tough. It's really J. Cole and Miles Bridges. Honestly, that's all we got.
Miles Bridges gave a project yet, or you just keep on doing Lucy's?
I don't know, but if you put them all together, it's a classic album.
He said, "I RKO, bitch."
I need to see him on Kenny Beats the Cave.
I think that might be what gets him like blown up by the lead offense.
Like, sir, we watched you smoke 14 backwoods in 12 minutes. We need you to
all right.
come in here.
We can deny these Lucy's, but this shit has 1.5 million views.
How many choppers are you telling us you've bought?
Yeah. All right, on to the
Shakur.
song of the year, Jamal. You kicking that off?
Oh man, I got In Too Deep off Drake album with Future.
Pause.
And it's really just the second half when Future just takes over and takes us to heaven. Because that's some of the most beautiful shit I've ever heard. He said, "I got some bad bitches that's gonna fuck me for that AP." I was like, "Oh my god!" I just had to pull over at work, and
then he harmonized it.
He did
fuck
it
me
again.
For that AP.
Man, I can't think of that song.
I'm in too deep.
Yeah, where they he redid the Throwed song, the UGK song. He flipped it for the first half.
Did he? Okay, I don't remember this at all. Damn.
Yeah, off.
Certified Lover Boy is easy to forget. Honestly, it got some good songs.
No,
on
I fucked with that album,
together.
but you can't kind of forget about it. But yeah, Future just took over the second half of that track and put that shit in the Smithsonian. I rewinded that song halfway through so many fucking times when I first heard it. And I was like, God damn it.
Well, back to the good part.
I was like, I ain't got chills like that since when I first heard March Madness.
Oh, wow. Even just hearing that phrase.
It hit me.
Goosebumps.
But that's my song of the year for sure.
All right. I've got In the Fire by Dave featuring Fredo, Meeks, Giggs, and Getz off of Dave's album We're All Alone in This Together that came out this year. The shit was just fire from front to back. It's like a giant ass posse cut of like British grime dudes, but everybody like brought their pen and to lit the shit on fire. Then Dave was the closer verse and absolutely smoked it. So yeah, that's my song of the year for me.
Said Dave?
Yeah, Dave Santan.
I'll have to check that out. I want to hear this.
Every time I even hear Giggs' name, I just think of Batman. Da-da-da-da-da. One of the funniest lines I've ever heard in a rap song. I think that shit was hilarious.
It's one of the songs too that has like unlisted features, which I'm not necessarily a fan of. I don't like that shit. But whatever.
Never like it, especially when it's 7 niggas that kind of sound the same.
We're All Alone in This Together. It has like the pink and whatever cover. Yeah.
For my song of the year, I had kind of went back to the beginning of the year. I got Back in Blood by Pooh Shiesty and Lil Durk. That's one of those songs where like I probably should have played it out at this point, and I just listen to it all the time. I don't have any more fun in the gym than when I'm listening to Back in Blood.
It's a good one. Yeah, Big Bird.
Big Bird. Oh yeah, I forgot he's probably he's probably never coming home. I don't think he's ever coming home.
They kind of got him on some shit. So.
Yeah. Free Pooh Shiesty, I guess.
Hey, his boy's nice though. That Gucci Man put out too this year. Big 30.
Big 30.
Big 30 is hard.
Big 30
is kind of nice. They sound just alike. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I liked when they were rapping together.
Yeah, no.
Hopefully the technology in prisons now is better that we can get, like high quality audio. He can still put some shit out.
Hey, man, young boy done dropped like 12 projects from the cell. He's home now, but like
I'd be forgetting he was in jail. Yeah. No.
Max B just dropped something too last week.
It didn't.
Well, yeah, and that happened.
Yeah, who Max B, yeah. You dropping better music than Bobby Shmurda.
Okay. What's the next category, Blake?
Bobby Shmurda fucking sucks.
Yeah, that Bobby Shmurda song is fucking awful.
They should have known though, right? Like, because he put out more songs than the one, and the other songs were hitting.
Dog, that Bobby Shmurda song is fucking like Rowdy terrible. Rebel. Good God.
Yeah.
Bobby Shmurda, we wanted him freed mostly for like what he stood for, less for the
be a personality, dog.
Yeah.
You don't gotta get in the booth, Bobby.
Nah. Yeah, nah. Just like please. I want to see Bobby on like Love and Hip Hop.
Yeah, I liked him on Jesus and Mero. He was having fun on there. That was cool.
Yeah. He seems like he'd be a blast to kick it with.
Yeah. Give me the show of Bobby Shmurda hanging out with people.
Yeah, come on, Vice. Come on.
Travel Channel. Send them places. Within the U.S. though, because I don't know if you can leave yet.
Reboot Anthony Bourdain's show, but it's with Bobby Shmurda.
Oh my God. All right. On to Athlete of the Year. My pick, none other than this man, Shohei Ohtani, man.
Oh, yeah.
get to my fucking notes real quick.
Yeah, he balled the fuck out this year.
Shohei was so good that MLB The Show basically had to rethink its own player mode like around him. Like now they allow your players to be two-way players, like you can pitch and play the field. Because he can do it at such an elite level. They're like, well, we can't stop these unreal players from doing it as well. If someone in real life can do it. He can rake, he throws gas, he steals bases, and he can play the outfield if you need him to. He's the unanimous AL MVP and basically rewriting the rule book of what it means to be a professional baseball player, because that's not something they ever looked at people to do. And even when it happened before in the past, it was not to this level. Like when Babe Ruth was doing both, he wasn't hitting the way that we know Babe Ruth for hitting. So Shohei not only was one of the best hitters in the game, he's one of the best pitchers in the game. And he's fast as hell. He's like probably probably not faster than Mike Trout, but like he's up there. Like
that's been the most impressive part about him for me. Like I've seen how big he was, and you just kind of think he's going to be like a slugger, which he obviously is. But then like ends up like third in the league in stolen bases. He should not be moving like that.
Exactly.
It's impressive.
First, all that shit. Like he's insane. A true like I don't know, like once in a lifetime thing you can watch. Like this is probably not going to happen again.
And he almost came to the Mariners. He almost came to the Mariners.
Did he really?
And the crazy part is because like the way that works, like you have an international player signing budget, and everybody gets the same amount of money. There's a maximum you can have. You can like free up stuff from your other cap. There's a maximum, so it stops like at $4 million, something like that. So we had the same offer as the Angels, but like he just wanted to go to the Angels. I think Los Angeles probably. And then obviously playing with Mike Trout as well.
Yeah, damn, that would have been nice to have him up here. But yeah, that brother is I won't say he's necessarily must see TV, but he's one of the few, maybe the only, other than like Tatis, where it's like, oh, hey, he's having a game, you should turn it on right now, and I'll actually turn on a baseball game.
I would say even more than Tatis, like the nights that he's pitching, because you're never going to see someone throw like 100+ miles an hour, hit a home run like that's a no doubter, and steal a base in the same game. Like that doesn't happen. Like,
that's incredible.
He's a threat for it every single time he's out there. Like it's insane.
Yeah. He was made in the lab somewhere in Japan.
Yeah,
they made him where they were making Godzilla.
Wow. This is what they were actually trying to do when they fucking made Godzilla.
Oof, I bet. So my athlete of the year, I got Giannis Antetokounmpo. I felt like he really took that, like, I don't know, it's hella tight to watch a superstar player make that like next level leap. And I think he's kind of, everybody is kind of looking at him that like all time conversation now, just because like after this last year winning the title the way he did, kind of proved that he can kind of do whatever he wants in the NBA, and he's just getting to his peak. It seems like, I think he's like 27 years old. It seems to get better every year. He can actually shoot the ball now, but having I think 50-point game to close out the finals, to win your first one for a city that don't be really winning shit like that, it was the most impressive. And then his like off the court, like wins the title and then takes the trophy to Chick-fil-A the next day and got fans touching it while he orders a 50-piece nugget. Like, yeah, that boy different. He had a great year for sure.
Shit, yeah, honestly, I had the same shit as Tyrell, just to like touch on what he said. Like he got that playoff stink on him, because they would always get the playoffs and they lose or they'll blow a series or something. And then especially last year when they got swept by the Heat, right?
Yep.
Yeah, they got swept by the Heat. I know he kind of got banged up, but like he wasn't playing that good.
I think he came back from an injury. Yeah.
Yeah, and then man, like, he's definitely taking that next step, because he won what, MVP and Defensive Player of the Year 2 years ago. Was that the year they won the title, or no? That's the year before, right?
I think that was 2020. I think.
Yeah. Because fucking Jokic won it last year.
That's the craziest part about this last like 18 months of the NBA. Like, I still like the Lakers won a championship 13 months ago. Like Giannis was in the bubble playing at a high level 14 months ago. Came back and played a full season, won a championship, played in the Olympics, and then came back over here and looks like he hasn't missed a step. He's 3.5 seasons in 14 months. Yeah. It's incredible.
And he secured his brother a bag. I fuck with that too.
Facts.
So you also the athlete of the year and the family man, brother man of the year. So
he pulled a Gronk. Got every brother in the league.
Hey man.
So y'all think last year was the start of something bigger, or like was flash in the pan as far as you think so?
I think it's the start of something bigger. Just because like he already looked dominant before last year, and he took a leap and got better last year. Like he didn't win the MVP, but like you compare his MVP season numbers to last year, It's pretty much the same year. There was just Jokic had an
we
incredible
knew
year.
he wasn't going to win another MVP,
Yeah.
especially how they've gone in the playoffs the last 2 years before. It's like, no, we're not giving this nigga MVP. We don't give a fuck how good his regular season is. But he
I
won
heard someone
MVP
make
again
this
now.
point before today. I was listening to Gilbert Arenas podcast, and he was saying like, one, like obviously, like not to. I'm definitely not trying to shit on y'all picking anything. It's just conversation. Because right now they're 6th in the East at 12-8. But he was saying last year basically everybody's best players got hurt as Milwaukee was coming up through them, and then they got 2 Scott Foster games in the finals, and like those things probably aren't going to happen all together again.
Sure.
Like, he was saying that they're a team that should probably like look to trade to fix shit right now before it gets too bad.
I still think that that's probably true, and I don't even know if like now that Giannis has won a championship, I don't know if he's like super long for Milwaukee. I could see him like leaving eventually. I think him in particular is the start of something bigger. I don't think necessarily Milwaukee's going to go on some like crazy run or anything, but I could see him winning another MVP or two throughout his career.
They almost lost to the Nets last year. KD was one tiptoe away from in the 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And those are the things too that I always like. I don't want to say don't want to mention, but it's like in like 3 years, you're not going to be thinking about any of the shit you just said. It's all obviously still valid, but like as time goes, you forget the details of like, oh yeah, they didn't have to play Harden and Kyrie in the second round, and they did have
you play whoever shows up. That's you can't really do nothing but that.
And he did numbers. We saw DeAndre Ayton start to look like a superstar. He saw Giannis and was like, oh, I've got nothing for this anymore. Yeah, he was on some shit.
All right.
And then I'll go first for the last topic. We got movie of the year. And oh, sorry, my bad. I hate to do this because I'm not typically like I try to shy away a little bit from recency bias. But immediately after finishing this movie, I was like, yeah, it's probably the best movie I've seen all year. I had The Harder They Fall from Netflix with Regina King, Jonathan Majors, Idris Elba.
I need to watch that.
First off, it's all black, which already Lakeith Stanfield. So it already got my heart once you put together an all black cast. But the movie itself, like, it was funny. It didn't seem like it was one of those 2.5 hour long, 2:15. And those movies can often feel like, okay, like, come on, like, get this shit together. They didn't really like waste a step. And then not to spoil the movie, but like you get to the end and the twist is like, I very much like to try to figure the twist out or like look ahead in the movie to figure it out. And it was like not until they actually revealed it to you that you're like, oh shit. Like, okay, like it had all the qualities of like, I don't want to say again a perfect movie, but like it hit everything that I need for a movie to be a movie that I'll go back to and watch again.
Yeah.
Shit, I need to watch it.
And I love the Westerns, like kind of in the fashion that Quentin Tarantino does, and where they just be hella bloody and kind of over the top when it gets to like the fighting scenes and shit, or the shootouts and shit.
Same.
Which that movie very much was. And this movie made me think, hey, that nigga, I'm not a huge fan of his character because of The Wire, but Idris Elba be acting his ass off. They put that brother in everything, and he be acting. He was in that Concrete Cowboys earlier this year, playing a fucking cowboy from Philly. It did a good ass job. Make him James Bond.
Talented individual, dog. He kickboxes and DJs and shit too.
He be rapping.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
Who be rapping?
Idris Elba.
Oh god.
He got like music videos and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they're any good. I don't be watching, but I know he does it.
Yeah, that's probably what 50 says for the bitches, nigga. That's probably what it's Well, shit. Speaking of Idris Elba, my favorite movie of the year is Suicide Squad. That's my shit. It's between that and The Five Bloods, but I'm going with the Suicide Squad. I had low expectations because that first movie is probably the worst superhero movie I've ever seen.
I was about to say that's a good
maybe honestly the worst movie I've ever seen. Honestly, yeah, is that in that movie with Amber Rose we watched High at Your House that one day?
Oh my god,
Civil Brand. Suicide Squad was fire. Like man, that and Idris Elba was a great actor, but man, John Cena surprised me. I was like, damn, John Cena's actually like a way better actor, and he's that dude, man. Like I thought, cause like. All the commercials and all the ads you make seem like Harley Quinn's gonna be like the star of the show because she's like the main character. But Idris Elba and John Cena stole the show from her in that movie. My personal opinion, I feel like they were the main people.
You got to put Margot Robbie in the front because she's so fine.
True indeed. Shout out to her. 40.
That
Yeah,
is a good bounce back because I remember you fucking hated that first one. I didn't even watch.
Have you
I
seen
didn't
it?
watch the first one, but I've only heard negative things about it from everyone who talks about
Please,
it.
please watch it. I
I
will
don't
watch
even
it
think
with
it's called
you.
the first one now. Like I don't think it counts as the first one. I think it's just like another movie.
Because they like rebooted this, right? Like the first one,
There's
they just kind of like
nothing really to do with the first one in this. There's this reuse some characters. That's all.
okay. So because isn't
They mentioned the
they
first
made
one
it
a
seem
little
like the
bit though.
Birds of Prey was like the precursor to this one, right?
I think that's probably it.
I
When
thought
they
Birds of
talk
Prey
about
after the first Suicide Squad.
It
Kinda.
is after, but I think they like
Yeah.
are literally trying to
I don't
forget
think
about the first one.
Yeah, I don't think the first one really exists. I think the Suicide Squad exists in their universe, but that first movie, what happened there, doesn't really exist.
Yeah, it was
'Cause,
like that
Harley
Fantastic
didn't even
Four
talk
with
about
Michael
it.
B. Jordan in it, where they're just gonna be like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
we never did that."
Yeah.
But I
I
do want
want
to
to
check
watch
it.
that movie with you, bro. You have to see how bad that shit is. That shit is
We
trash.
can do a watch party on HBO Max.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they do have shit like that, huh?
Mm-hmm. I just seen it pop up the other day. I was going to suggest we do one drunk for a live show.
Oh my god, dude, we should do that. We should do a drunk for Suicide Squad to see how shitty that movie is.
I think we got to watch Silver Brand if we're going to do anything. I think the people need to see, or we could watch Acrimony. If you haven't watched Acrimony, stop listening to this show right now. Go watch Acrimony. All right, Blake, you're up for movie of the year.
All right. I had Judas and the Black Messiah.
Oh, so good. Yeah.
I thought the performance by Daniel Kaluuya was like one of the best I've ever seen in any type of movie. He absolutely smoked it. Lakeith Stanfield and the supporting cast members did very well as well. It's good like when you actually start like hating an actor for the role that they were in. That's how. I know I felt the way about Lakeith Stanfield from the actor he played in there, and then a lot of people felt the same way as well because he was that good. So that was one of the first HBO home release movies this year. But it's really really good. I suggest everybody go check that out. It's about Fred Hampton.
Very good one. I came down between The Harder They Fall, Judas and the Black Messiah, and The Five Bloods. The only reason The Five Bloods didn't end up being mine was because it was fucking 5 hours long, and I had to like watch it in 3 segments. So I can't ever watch it again. That's kind of like
I can't.
Part of my criteria.
The last third of that movie killed it for me,
bro. It was a different movie.
Yeah, like
that was the only pitfall. Like the first half of that movie is awesome, and then it's like it turns into like Uncharted halfway through somehow.
Yeah, everybody getting blown the fuck up. Like I'm like, what is going on here, dog? Like,
I did not see any of this coming. But yeah, that movie was fucking awesome until it wasn't.
Yeah, it's all good though. All right. Do y'all want to do TV show of the year? I don't have it on here. So if y'all didn't prep for it, and that's fine. We can end it with this. But
I didn't prep for it.
Things from my TV shows, but if y'all
okay.
We'll see, because Tyrell said something about it like earlier, recency bias, but BMF is definitely some of my favorite shit I've watched this year. Like that's just some good ass television. I had that and the Harley Quinn, because I know of like TV, like a cartoon, but it's still TV, and that was definitely some of my favorite shit I've watched this year.
Yeah, if it came out this year.
Season 2 was definitely this year, but yeah, like the Harley Quinn cartoon. And then I put a Southside, even though that shit just came out like 2 weeks ago, the second season. But
you got one you want to pick?
BMF, that shit. Shout out to Lamar, man. I hate that nigga. He's from London?
Yes, unfortunately.
That's hilarious.
I heard he still kind of sound like he'd be crazy though. He could sound like a crazy London nigga.
Yeah, he doesn't sound like super like London-y, I guess, but
yeah. It's hard for me to pick a TV show of the year. Because I watch so many TV shows and they be good. BMF would be up there. Power Book 2 Ghosts.
Uh-oh.
I think I might have liked a little bit more than BMF. I kind of want to. I think I might have to say Snowfall. This season of Snowfall was a really good one. Obviously, it's not a new show. But that's probably still my favorite one.
Snowfall was fire.
Yeah, I'll say Snowfall, but dog, I hate to say it, there's a lot of good TV shows. I watch more TV shows than movies because, like, shit, we got all the Marvel movies or Marvel TV shows this year, and I really liked all of those. I mean, except for WandaVision, like that was the worst one, but those are all really good. Yeah, so it's hard to say, but yeah, Snowfall's gonna be mine.
All right, yeah, I like that. I had Loki. I thought what it did as far as like working with time and all that stuff, and really pushing Marvel into these parallel universe stuffs on film for the first time. I thought that was like it was super cool. I just love like when Marvel starts playing with like big scale shit like that. It's like because you know like they're gonna have another 10 projects or something that are all affected from this one thing, and it's just how they keep things in line through that. It's just really incredible to watch. Like you don't see things like that in media often. Like not even like games or movies or books. Like you don't see things executed that well like as often as they do it. So
yeah,
it's really
I do
cool.
like that they introduced like the main villain for like they're introducing the next villain for the MCU in the show. That's kind of dope.
Yeah, Loki felt like it really did do the most for like the MCU as a whole
Kicked
from
a
all the
big
shows.
old ball to start rolling down a hill.
Yeah,
Like it's
like WandaVision. Obviously, they kind of tried to start that, but Loki made it like glaringly obvious. Like, oh, we're about to see all of this shit like take place. I have been watching some. I've been watching some theory videos like talking about the Spider-Man trailer.
Oh, God.
And like, there's a theory that Wanda is controlling Doctor Strange, and that's why like some of the shit's getting like some of the spells and stuff are getting messed up. So that would be kind of cool if that does end up being true. Like if they're using that universe.
I seen a theory video.
I watched one. Oh, what'd you say?
No, I saw a theory video that said Wanda's racist. That's why we're not getting Miles to pop up in the multiverse.
Okay.
No, okay. I'm joking. I made that.
I mean, she's like Polish or something.
I saw one where it was saying the scene where from the trailer where Doctor Strange is like, I can't stop them all, and like you see like all the purple streaks coming through the sky and shit like that. If you think about it, like that's the same thing as like what was going on in Loki when they broke the multiverse and like the timeline started splitting. So they were saying like that from like that point in the movie, it basically just goes straight into Multiverse of Madness, like into Doctor Strange's movie.
Yep,
like
the
movie's that makes
like,
perfect sense.
Like that.
That makes perfect sense.
It should be pretty cool.
Did y'all want to talk about? Well, I guess I'll start. Have you guys watched the Hawkeye show?
I watched episode 1.
I watched 1 and 2.
What did you guys think of them so far?
40.
I thought it was cool, but I mean, it's an origin story, dog, and like I don't like origin stories because they're so slow. It's like you have to wait until like the last like 2 episodes of stuff like this to really see the characters get into their bag, and it's like they're like unsure of themselves. You're not going to see them at their best. Like I don't know,
especially when they're kind of like characters you kind of like don't give a fuck about like that either.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
or like they're not the coolest characters. I guess I'd say
I don't really care.
I don't have that feeling about it because I just saw like a series where Falcon was cool, and like he wasn't cool to me before this. So like I'll trust Marvel to make anything.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Any person they put on the show, like
I don't really care for Hawkeye at all. But this, I mean, I like the episodes. I didn't like.
He's not trying to be Hawkeye like all the way right now. Like he's not even telling the girl that he was Ronin and stuff. So it's like you just have to wait until he starts doing cool shit. And I don't like that. It's like I know what you can do. It's like why are we going through this stupid part?
Set it up, man. You gotta put your seasonings out first, man.
This is coming from the dude. This comes from the dude who hated WandaVision because you got to wait 4 episodes. You don't care about no seasoning.
Yeah,
I was okay. This is better than WandaVision first episode. WandaVision was boring as fuck for the first 5 episodes.
For sure.
I was thinking about it like this week is like the origin story thing. Like the best way that I think you can go about doing that is like how Spider-Man Homecoming did, where it was his first movie, but they didn't try to spend any time making you understand like what Spider-Man is capable of. Like he just got to do Spider-Man shit.
He got his powers.
So
So when you
are tired of watching Uncle Ben die.
Especially like in a thing where you have a character who's been around for more than a decade now, I think, with the Avengers movies and whatnot. So it's like you don't really, I mean, you're slow burning whatever the girl's name is, but even then, like they told you everything that she trained to do already, and like she's an incredible archer. So it's like, why are we acting like she doesn't know you're Hawkeye and what you can do, and like why are we? I don't know, like let them start doing stuff.
That would make sense too, because like she clearly is on some shit. Like she's not walking in not knowing how to fight or not knowing how to shoot. So like you could really have them like get right into more shit, which I guess I
would have much preferred that this opened with like Hawkeye like on the Hawkeye type job, and then he just sort of encounters Kate Bishop, but he was literally there on leisure time, and I don't think he pulled out a bow the whole entire first 2 episodes. Right? He didn't have one.
No, they just show him grab hers, I think.
Yeah, Kate Bishop shoots a bow, but other than that, no one else shot a bow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, why am I watching this? The show's called Hawkeye, and the dude's like not shot a bow. Like
he did in the scene that they keep showing us in all of the MCU stuff of the battle for New York. That gets looped into every fucking Marvel thing now.
Yeah, so you gave us a scene that happened however many years ago, and like
12. This
just
is
like,
what Hawkeye was doing when you didn't care.
I did not click on this for Hawkeye the Family Man.
Yeah.
Even though that's important too, but like, damn.
Sure.
Oh, yeah,
but and it's after the blip, so he's like, yeah, it's less
the blip.
Like dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's talk about a good show then. You guys want to talk about that BMF finale?
Oh, yeah, we can.
Y'all like that? How y'all like how it wrapped up?
Go ahead.
Tyrell got me thinking, yeah, Lamar might not be dead, dude.
I don't think so, bro.
But he was like leaking. He was like shooting. He was leaking like a fountain.
Yeah,
when he got shot. So
I was wondering, because again, like, it's based off a true story, so it does kind of take some of the like suspense out of it. So like at the end, Terry walks away from Meech, takes his plug with him, like he's like, I'm not going to do this. And I know that's eventually how they ended up splitting up, was like they had different like ideologies on how they were going to deal drugs. So Terry moves to California and Meech goes to Atlanta, but like that's obviously not going to be the case now when they're both like 21 and 16 or 17 or whatever. So I'm interested in how next season's going to work. Like obviously Terry's probably not going to just be gone or not doing shit anymore.
Well, I read that like they, not only was it that, but like they had their disagreement, but they were still working together. And he moved to California to be closer to their plug because their plug was the cartel. So he would bring them in, like he would see someone across the border, and then they would distribute across the nation. And I think Meech was like basically running the East Coast and everything east of the Mississippi for Atlanta.
Run West. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I did think it was funny as hell how happy the dad got when he saw we getting $250,000. That nigga started clipping out Benzes and limo services, and he reading the fine print to see exactly when he could touch the money, when he can cash the check. That brother happy as hell now.
That nigga was cheesy.
I'm just curious like what their path forward is, because like if they went this route of like killing Kato and Lamar, if let's say they are both dead, because I mean at least we know Kato's dead.
Yeah, for sure. Kato is gone.
And Lamar looks like he's going to be fighting for his life if he is alive. Both of them are still alive in real life. So at this point, the show is like choosing to split a different direction from like its source material.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be something else, I think. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see where they go with it. But I wasn't mad at it for a finale.
For sure.
I felt like it did everything it needed to do.
Yeah.
I need a season. I need to see niggas selling crack and throwback jerseys and jabots and do-rags.
You're still like a decade and a half away from that.
Yep.
God, yeah, I am. I'm jumping in the future.
Yeah, because that's actually the part I'm most excited for, because obviously we're younger, so we really only know BMF from like 2005, like a year, because that's the only year we were really conscious enough to know what they were. So like,
I legitimately did not hear about them until that Rick Ross song. I didn't know anything about them until that.
I remember seeing them on Smack DVDs. Like I knew who Blue Da Vinci was.
That was like
on Smack DVDs, and he's fucking terrible. I wouldn't tell him.
And I knew about them from like stuff like that, or like hearing people say the name Big Meech, but I had no idea of like what it was. And then there was like a Netflix documentary that I watched like 5 years ago that was like, oh shit, these niggas was like for real, like kingpins. So I'm interested to see that period, like in the 90s, of them working up to that point by 2005, where like every rapper and athlete wants to like be around these dudes and knows these dudes and shit like that. So this show really could have like 5-6 solid seasons of good shit. And then by that time, Big Meech comes out, and then he gets to be in the last episode.
Ooh, that'd be fire. Yeah, I want to see niggas sell crack.
You got to watch Power though. I feel like you really like this shit. Like you need to get back on Power, because it's all the same like hits and tones that Power does. Like it's the same thing.
It's a 50
I haven't seen the newest episode of Ghost, but I will be on that.
Shit's hitting too.
Of course. I'll get to Kanan eventually. Like it wasn't even that I didn't like it. I just kind of like lost interest in the show a little bit. So I'll get to it and finish it up. But I got like 3-4 episodes left to finish on that. And I think that was...
They said 50's the Black Dick Wolf.
Wow.
Or Dick Wolf is a regular show. Yeah.
Hey, I don't hate it. There wasn't any other shows or anything that we watched this week. Oh, I did want to talk about Guardians of the Galaxy since I just beat that the other night. Blake, you haven't beat that, right?
Hell no. I don't beat games, bro.
I'd be forgetting. I respect that more and more the older I get. Some games you just gotta like fuck this. And Shakur, you beat it, right?
Time.
Yes, sir.
So I beat it, and so I complained to you guys earlier this week about like how long the cutscenes in there are. Like it's really like you're playing a movie, and it seemed a little unnecessary for the cutscenes to be like that. But the story was like a solid like 8 or 9 out of 10. The gameplay was probably an 8 out of 10. So I think I give the game like an 8. But like playing it wasn't super enjoyable. I do want to platinum it because on my first run through, I got I think like 75% of the trophies, and the other ones are hella easy to get. So I think I'm gonna go platinum
for all them collectibles.
Oh,
some of them are so easy. Some of them are so easy.
Yeah, but some of the I feel like I couldn't find some of those them extra outfits.
Oh, I'm cheating. I got the guide pulled up. Yeah, I know exactly.
Shit.
And you can once you're in New Game Plus, you can do a chapter select, and you can go back and like skip to where you want to be, which will make it a lot easier. But yeah, like I think I'd recommend people playing it. They very clearly set it up to be a number 2, and this kind of feels like one of those franchises where like the first one was like fun, but the second one they kind of get rid of like the fluff that people don't really need, and like the story can be a little bit better. Like the story was solid. So yeah, it was a really fun game. But if you're gonna play, like there would legit be minutes where I'm like holding my controller, getting ready to play, and it's like 7 minutes later, and I'm still watching a cutscene like go from place to place to place. It's like I could have played through some of this. This is a little dramatic. And they have like they do the like, oh, this player will remember that you let them be thrown across the bridge or whatever. But most of those don't really affect anything. There's a couple where it's like there's one choice I think which will change a whole mission. Like the mission plays out completely differently, but the result is still the same. And then there's one where you like get something that'll unlock some extra doors for you later down the line. Which is really only for collectibles. It doesn't make any difference for like the actual game itself. So I'm never a fan of when games do the like, oh, you're making choices that matter, but realistically, all the choices get me to the same place.
Yeah, the choices don't really matter on there like that. There's no consequences for your actions, kind of like
like don't say, oh, Rocket will remember this, and all it is he's gonna get mad at you anyway. He's just a little bit mad.
Yeah,
because you let.
Oh, you don't like when they bluff about their choices.
Yeah. Like I love games that let you make choices. That's like with Mass Effect. That's one of my favorite things. You make a choice, like a character replayability. Yeah, but this is like. What'd you say? Oh yeah, I will eventually once the game is finished. Once they finish the game.
It is.
I went to the Cyberpunk subreddit the other night just to see if you were capping, and people were like,
"Don't go to that one. Go to low sodium Cyberpunk."
Okay, low salt. Well, people were in there saying that the game is fire. They were just like, if you haven't played it yet, you should just wait for the PS5 upgrade.
That's what I'm waiting on.
I got other shit to play. I still got to play Hades. I got other shit I need to get to before. I want to play Deathloop. I got to be complaint.
My main complaint for the just like the gameplay shit for Guardians is I feel like for a nigga with like jet boosters on his feet, I feel like his maneuverability, he's not very maneuverable on there.
No. They don't let you
gotta fix that.
Fly enough, which is
weird. like your boost jump is like a little bit. I don't know. I feel like he should be a little more mobile for having like
one of your special abilities is being able to fly more, and it's like that should just be like that should be like a move that's just in the game, and that seems like something that in the second game it'll be like, oh, Rocket did something to my boots, so now I just hover all the time.
Like you should be able to fly, like period, and be more maneuverable. But I'm sure like they'll fix it. This is just one. Like I'm sure they'll. I think
for a 30-hour game, it feels like you play like 17 hours.
Yeah, I liked it though. It was definitely
it was solid. Highly recommend. And it also seemed like it was a game that was meant for children. Like I told you guys, like at no point, I guess you can turn the difficulty up. At no point in the game was it like, oh shit, this is getting kind of like challenging, or like this is like a little bit too much. Even when you're in a room full of people where there's a couple of like the elite characters, you can get rid of the softer ones so easy that it's like this doesn't really
what'd you play it on?
One down. I think there's 2 like super hard levels. I played on the one down from the hardest, whatever it's called. It very much seemed like they kind of wanted to. It gave me vibes of like Star Wars Fallen Order throughout the game, like some of the exploring stuff and some of the like the soundtrack choices kind of had that vibe to it. but then the difficulty of the game was like just any random shooter game. Ratchet and Clank, like very colorful, very visual, but also very easy to play.
Yeah, you got a little special moves you can do off the left trigger and all that shit. That was kind of give you some input into combat, and you got to kind of set people up that way too. That was kind of cool.
Which that was pretty cool, especially I a lot of the complaints that I saw from like reviewers was like, oh, after I got their first ability for all my teammates, I didn't feel like I needed the others. Once you unlock all the abilities, that shit is nice. Like they have definitely have other good ones that like change up the combat. You could set up little different combos between the two players. So a lot of that stuff was the only thing I didn't see reviewers shitting on was how long the cutscenes were, and that was the only complaint I really had.
Yeah, some of cutscenes were long as fuck.
They should have told the nigga. You sit down. I would sit down like, oh, I'm about to go to bed in like 45 minutes. I'll play. It's like 20 minutes of playing and watching cutscenes. That's all I got. 8 out of 10. I'll give it.
Nice.
Well, cool. And that anything else to go over? Nah, I think that's about it.
Ready to watch some football tomorrow.
Hell yeah, brother.
All right. Did you save players for 36? We're not doing that.
Oh shit! I didn't even look this week. I completely forgot.
It's all good. I'll just do it on the back end.
Is there a good 36? Nah, now I got
probably
Jerome Bettis. That's the only one I could think of.
Did he? I thought he wore like 38.
No, he wore 36.
That might be the only one. Because I can't think of no basketball player that wore 36. Yeah, Jerome Bettis.
Yeah, that's kind of a
Marcus Smart
number. Oh fuck, Marcus Smart does wear 36, huh?
They got Lawyer Malloy, but that seems like he wore that on a team that we didn't watch him play on.
Because he played for Buffalo and New England, right? Did he play with Seattle too? I know he played for Buffalo and New England.
I don't know.
No idea.
DJ Swearinger. There we go. That's a good one.
Georgia. Was he Georgia or South Carolina for college?
I feel like he was South Carolina.
Yeah, that sounds right. Nah, yeah, the only 36 I know is Jerome Bettis. The bus.
Did Brian Westbrook wear 36?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Overrated running back.
Yeah,
right. 5,000 career yards. All right, let's get out of here.
Episode 36 is a wrap for the Unfocused podcast. Go follow us, check us on all platforms and all that shit. Hit the like button. Later.